Halo guys, welcome back to my channel. Sebelum itu kita nge-follow dulu nggak sih? Nunggu ini kita nge-follow dulu nggak sih? Coba. Anjing. PMACD ya PMACD. Apakah Facebook bukanya? Halo Bib. Mau nomor berapa bang? Ini Palo lo ini VCT. Sebelum itu gua nge-follow dulu gak sih?
This stream contains fast flashing images that may affect viewers who are susceptible to photosensitive epilepsy and other photosensitive.
Belum mulai, sekali-kali kayak red spider soalnya buat pipi. Lo doang yang mau itu mah. Sambil nunggu kita main dulu dah tim deathmatch. Gua kalau ada update baru aja, baru gue balik lagi ke Block Free. Belum ada update, cok. Bosen gua ngeliatnya gitu-gitu mulu.
Match found.
Halo, Dik. Bosen gua nunggu apa? Gitu-gitu mulu. Block Free.
Yes, I'm pumped.
Makanya, cok. Itu. Karena itu orang malas. Karena itu. Kalau misalnya update terus ya, pasti banyak konten-konten orang buat ini. Block Free-nya aja. Adminnya aja malah ngeprank ini pemula, cok. Soalnya kan kita butuh event yang lain gitu. Entah event apa gitu. Valentine pun nggak ada, event-event Valentine, event-event Ramadan nggak ada anjir. Sumpah aja. Bosen, cok. Mas eventnya itu doang anjir. Pas gua lihat, ya iya karena nggak ada update. Orang tuh balik karena ada update. Ada fixing sale baru. Event maling deh.
Choose your weapons and set your sights. You've got some killing to do. Fight!
Grenade!
Wih, dapet, cok.
Wonderful kill.
Masih belum mulai, masih bacot. Masih bacot.
Satchel out.
Careful now!
No.
Ultimate orb spawning.
Nice! Read it,
Apa orang itu?
Blocking sight. Satchel out.
Revealing area.
10 seconds until stage change.
Grenade.
Sakit rek.
Stage 2.
Masih belum.
Reloading. Reloading. Got one. Reloading.
Sorry, bro.
Reloading.
Reloading.
Blocking sight.
Reloading.
Tai ini.
Reloading.
Reload. Masih belum mulai. Ngapa badan dah gue incer harusnya pala, Cok.
New stage in 10.
Hey! Piss!
Stage 3.
Here. Reloading.
Bisa goyang gitu ya kena tembak ya.
In sight.
Charge your ults.
Reloading.
No, you don't.
Shock done. Recon. Take flight.
Mana sih musuhnya anjing?
Enemy tag.
Seconds until stage change.
Get out of here.
Reloading.
Reloading.
No need.
Final stage.
Get out of my way. Grenade. Blocking sight.
Insane.
You had your fun. My turn.
The hunt begins.
That's done.
Your fault.
Amat sih orang nih maju-maju.
Next.
Standing ahead. Come. Reloading.
Charge your ults.
On target. Shock done.
Bomb buddy out.
Reload him.
Jet's
Reloading.
grounded. Oh, pissed. One down.
You want to play? Let's play.
Dropped.
Reloading.
Grenade.
There they are.
15 kills remaining.
Kita cek dulu ya, udah mulai belum? Belum mulai, Cok. Oh. Belum mulai anjir. Pangan kapan mabar ML lagi? Bisa-bisa aja. Kalau gua lagi senggang. Gua liat di game. Kenapa dia apa sudah chatnya? Halo Bang, halo Dance. Lo pakai akun satunya. Dapat dari mana ini gua? Battle Pass kah? Oh, dari Battle Pass. Gua pakai akun yang kehubung Riot ke VCT. Ya. Tapi sebenarnya udah dapet sih. Nanti kalau final baru yang final. Lu nggak harus nonton sana juga nggak apa sih? Udah dapet sih harus. Gua cek dulu ya. Kita cek coba di store ada nggak? Ah, bukan ini dong. RGX Valiant. Mana sih? My collection ya? Banner. Title. Ini kalau nggak salah. Coba kita lihat title yang kita dapat. Yang kita dapat dari VCT. Hadiah VCT. Hadiah nonton VCT, Sal. Hadiah nonton VCT apa? Kita lihat Iron Senpai.
Dengan menonton VCT Masters Tokyo di YouTube atau Twitch, kalian bisa mendapatkan hadiah in-game berupa title Unpredictable dan Player Cup Yoru. Caranya dengan menghubungkan akun Rio.
Ah, ini mah 2023. 2024. Hadiah nonton dong. VCT Master Shanghai. Kita dapat apa ini? Shanghai lagi. Dapat drop apa ini nih? Oh kan, udah dapat gua title ini anjir. Dapat title Jiayu. Udah dapat, Cok. Lo cek coba Dance. Tuh dapat player card. Kalau player card kayaknya enggak. Soalnya cuman 2 itu doang anjir. Udah dapat title. Jadi nggak harus nonton lagi sih menurut gua. Kita keluar dulu, kita nobar.
That I think we know for had to reintegrate into the team. We had already alluded to this, but he really hasn't lost much of a step in his play. I mean, he still is that guy who you can trust to go out and eke out a few kills for you in those critical rounds, take space right away. Like the man can just do so much for this squad.
2 menit lagi, Dan.
Yeah, I mean, in a recent interview, Coach Alex was talking about the fact that he felt like what went wrong for them at Champs LA was the pressure getting to them. They felt like it was the last hurrah, it was the last chance they would get to play at Jing, and that was the whole narrative, right? Because it really looked like he was going to have to go and do national service. That ended up not happening, and now he's immediately come back in and re-hit the form. So it feels like this massive reunion tour, and it really looks like like the stars are aligning the way that he's playing right now for this team to come back and make another final like they did in LA.
Yeah, exactly. But the final is not going to be enough. I feel like, especially with this exact roster, people are exactly. It has to be a win. People are expecting more. Like, there should be no excuses for this time around, especially with how the stage went for them.
Yeah, very true. I mean, Jing is, you know, the type of player that, especially now that he's back into this roster, it certainly puts, you know, a little bit more pressure on them. But to that point you said earlier about Champs LA, like, you had to feel way more stressed out on that one. Because
Community, as people who watch this game, are all saying this is the moment, this is the time, this is exactly when PRX can win a trophy. It's the best shot they've had. But I think the team has to have the mentality of this is another tournament. We have a second lease on life. We have a chance to just go out there and play our game and have fun. And that sounds kind of lame to say that, but that's the mentality that actually gets you to championships.
And we need to get into the mentality also that the entire planet, like all the teams across all regions, they've been doing things so differently that they also need to step up to that. Like, yes, they're coming into the tournament today. They've had the chances to just look at what the other teams are.
Belum mulai ya guys ya. Masih 16 menit. Jadi kita nyantuy dulu sambil ngelatih aim. Udah dapat kan? Udah dapat kan? Dah aman. Nobar bareng gua aja, Dance. Masih 16 menit lagi, Cok. TDM dulu dah. Pemanasan dulu, yang penting ngebagusin aim aja. Tinggal nunggu final. Iya, tinggal nunggu final kita. Final minimal lo nonton 30 menit.
Match found.
Sisanya nobar mah nggak apa-apa, Cok. Dapat drop lumayan. Tapi nggak pernah gitu drop skin itu. Coba sekali-sekali drop skin. Walaupun skin jelek gitu.
Taste, my friend.
Tinggal nunggu final aja kita. Cuman hadiahnya cuman 2 itu sih drop sih.
One down.
One less.
Reloading.
Jet's grounded.
vision.
Cutting through.
Reloading.
Yikes. Reloading.
I win again.
Reloading.
Enemy kill.
Tenang.
That's sweet.
Reloading.
Duck.
Reloading.
Reloading. Satchel out.
Reloading. Reloading.
That's
Reloading.
Reloading. Reloading.
Wait for me.
Reloading.
Bye.
trap destroyed.
New stage.
Teleport's ready.
Still inside. Reloading.
Satchel out. Bomb buddy out.
Cutting their vision. Reloading.
Reloading.
Done.
Ini ngalangin si Lek.
My ult's ready.
Kill them. Teleport's ready. Don't get it.
Fire in the hole.
10 seconds until stage change.
Anjing darah lu parah.
Crown.
Final stage.
Satchel out. Precision kill.
Woo! Tembok.
The hunt begins.
Satchel out. 3.
Cutting their vision.
Wis.
Away with you. Headshot.
Night night.
Teleport's ready.
See ya.
Reloading.
I don't think so.
Lebih enak TDM atau deathmatch? TDM.
Crown.
Lu bareng kawan tuh. Udah mulai belum? Ngelatih ini dulu kita. Calm aim. Deathmatch sekali lagi dah. Bisa ini. Gue cuman pengen nonton PRX lawan ini doang sih sebenarnya. Gen2 sih. G2 sih.
Match found.
Kemarin Fnatic bisa-bisanya kalah loh. Menit lagi. TDM mah 8 menit. Ketinggalan 1 round palingan. Lo udah pasti PRX lah. Lo milih siapa? Dan sudah pasti PRX kan? Nggak mungkin nggak PRX kan? Yoi. Ada Indonya, ada orang Indonesia coy di situ kan. Ada Indonesia coy. Lu sering-sering latih dance. Umur lo masih muda, siapa tahu lo bisa join ke ini lo. Ke e-sport.
I'm on my way. Let's go here.
Let the bullets fly.
Drop in a smoke. For you. Reloading. Reloading.
Ultimate orb spawning.
I'm on my way. Got one. Reloading. Here.
Back. There.
Careful.
Feeling sight.
10 seconds until stage change. Stage 2.
Good attempt.
Feeling sight.
Ngajar.
Ultimate orb spawning.
Anjing di smoke, Cok.
Cutting their vision. Insane.
Here. Here. Your fault.
Poor wretch.
New stage in 10.
Reloading.
Final stage.
Enough. Three songs. The hunt begins. Cutting their vision.
Anjing tahu.
Charge your ults.
To disappoint.
Is ready. Healing.
Pathetic. My ult ready.
Emang harus di
They will cower.
Satchel up. Fire in the hole. Back like I never left.
15 kills to go. Kills to go.
oke, dapat dua lumayan.
Phoenix kill.
Stalling. Five kills remaining.
You want to play? Let's play.
Oh, hilang dulu itu.
You had your fun. My turn.
For you.
Oke, kita saatnya nonton. Sudah dimulai ini. Loh, Let's go.
We know that Paper X didn't play it a lot in the region. They didn't
Oke,
even get
baru
to
mulai
play
guys,
it
pas.
until the grand finals. They left it open as a third map time and time again, but they never got to that point. And Lotus being the second one there with the solo control. And again, as you're saying, the double duelist for Paper X. There is some preparation that can be done here, and things are looking better than I expected for G2.
Yeah, with limited options to re-clear space on the mid round, this like solo Sky double duelist comp on both these maps for Paper X is really going to be reliant on opening gambits to take a ton of space early off just like one piece of Sky util and on heavy executes. If G2 can play around that well and give a little bit of space and then flood it against this comp that doesn't actually have that much to hold in the post plant, I think there's a real chance they could win this match. Or there's a chance Paper X could just run them over.
Well, that's what I was going to ask. I was like, what is the alternative to that situation? As the situation goes good for Paper X, what do they do in that, against what G2 does? Just run them down.
Literally, like if G2 is playing on sites on their defensive side, this comp can dominate them. They will be fighting forward, they will be disruptive, and they are some of the best aimers in the world.
I think that there
Ada
might be a reason
Indonesianya,
behind picking this
coy.
pick. It's not only the Paper X, like, it struggled
Ada
to close this
Indonesianya,
map. I believe this
coy.
was also the last map of the final there in Pacific. They struggled, they don't have that much confidence in it, they don't have that many reps, and the composition ain't that crazy, right? Like, you have seen and probably played against a double duelist before. As I was saying, Split is the kind of map where, especially on that final, because it's the only one that I can watch, they started on that default, trying to cover up a little bit of the map, and they were not managing to get the rounds. Then Alex just calls on a timeout and says, honestly, just send it down a side. Send it down a side, time and time again. And they were being very well shut down.
Well, let's get into today's first pistol round and throw it over to your casters. You got Achilleos and Paper Thin, and they're totally going to be unbiased. Ain't that right, guys?
Absolutely. Always. No bias here. All we want is good gameplay. Yes. And these two teams should absolutely deliver on that. But we've all been waiting to see Paper X take to the stage here in the playoffs to see what kind of form they come out with.
No doubt. I mean, this is one of the tournament favorites for sure. A lot of people are picking this Paper X team, feeling like this is their moment. But I'm telling you, this G2 team is so good right now. I love the way they play off of each other. You've got some insane cracked players on that squad who can turn rounds on their head. You know, Valen and Leaf in particular have been super impressive. Jonah P, you saw it in some of the highlight videos on this particular map where he had that crazy ace. So this G2 squad is definitely, I think, going to give Paper X one hell of a fight.
Well, we're off to a roaring start already as Jing going forward, able to find a first kill. Valen going to be taken down. Crowd coming alive. Leaf going to be noted. Dealt with there by Divide with the Sheriff in hand. Plant now going to be coming through. Just 20 seconds in the round. Very far forward, finds himself a second. Notes the third. Fault line coming in. Already has the headshot.
Gila.
And Jing, welcome back to the stage.
Udah mendominasi loh.
Much, but he wants a little bit more. He won't get that 4K, but that's going to be Paper X taking the pistol.
Agresif banget. Emang mainnya rata-rata region Pasifik itu agresif dan
until stage 1 is Jing. The way that he can explode onto a site and just take rounds over. Of course, he's just so good at identifying these positions out the rip. There is a little bit of help from the flash, but there was a good opportunity there for Valen to challenge on that, and then he just starts taking space. I mean, this is what makes Jing so dangerous, is he does not let go. Once he's got that opening kill on the site, he's going to keep
musuhnya nggak ada yang pakai sentinel.
Most of the time, not always, but quite often.
Dua-duanya musuhnya nggak ada yang pakai sentinels, Cok.
Aggressive from the outset in the pistol, now slowed down. Smoke gonna be coming through, tap onto the orb. Go ahead, snatch that up, get Jing halfway to that showstopper. No one playing forward here in the site. Valen lurking back here at Alley, but it's gonna be a pass over on that spike just to really fast track this ult for the Rays. Everybody else now getting into position. Retaken from here. It'll prove to be very, very difficult here for G2. As the dog does get the catch.
Ketahuan.
Just crossing their T's, dotting their I's. Wow, a push out there from Valen. Gets punished a bit, but doesn't die. It's kind of what's important here.
That's something just going to be eating that flash.
Gila, sisa.
He wants to try to get this ult online. So he's going to push aggressively, looking for it. He's able to reflect another one. Spam across for the rest of the players, likely to just sit back, but something doesn't want to give him that opportunity to die to the spike. He is out for blood, but going to misread the positioning here. Solid from Jonah, be able to collect that kill.
Second
looking like he will just go ahead and allow them to die. So 4 players sacrificed over to the spike. Paper X move up 2-0.
Yeah, this is good identification here by Paper X.
Anjir, nyampe nggak berani loh masuk.
Figure out where G2 was setting up to die to the spike and trying to punish that as best as they could. And like you said, it's fine for Jing to die there. You don't care either way. You know, you want those ult
Oh,
orbs.
langsung
You're
kaya.
so close to the showstopper
Si G2
already.
langsung kaya
You're
deh.
2 away. You can farm an orb here, and he gets 1 kill, and all of a sudden, they can bonus you in a heartbeat.
Dapat
See if
bonus
that's going
dia
to
orang.
be the play here for Paper Rex as rifles abound now full buy for G2. Did their best there, expecting the aggression from Paper Rex, covering their angles nicely, and you know, only lost 1 player to it. So for what it's worth, that's not bad at all, frankly. Uh-oh.
Yep.
Lah
I was
langsung
waiting. See if you're gonna notice.
What have you done?
Timer. Just
Kenapa lagi nih,
This is
Cok?
you.
stopping
Teknik
around
apa?
4 seconds. Hey, everything's been smooth so far.
That's true.
A
We've been,
minor pause in the action.
we've been very lucky.
And we'll
Bang Jason.
see what's going on here. Looks like something in the PRX camp. Forsaken needing to make sure that everything is taken care of. Just maybe have to unplug it, plug it back in again, you know?
That happens. That's the go-to IT solution for sure. But yeah, it's a good start for Paper Rex. One thing I'm really curious about here, Kilios, is with these 2 comps, you know, how important is it for G2 to have a really good defender side?
Nah, kenapa nih Bang Jason nih?
It's the double duelist, right? And generally, Paper Rex is doing their damage on the attacker side, whereas G2's comp is generally going to do its damage on the defender side. So in my mind, I'm starting to wonder, like, what's the round score that G2 needs to get to that I feel comfortable that they switch over to attackers? Because they've only played this map twice in stage 1 against 100 Thieves both times, and their attacker side was pretty anemic both times.
Sure.
So like 3 and 9, and I think 4 and 8 or something like that. So, you know, what is the actual score line that they need to get here on this defender side to have a good chance?
I mean, you'd want it to be as many as humanly possible for the G2 camp.
Sure.
And we'll see if they're going to be able to get one on the board as we do get ready to go into that bonus round here. Best opportunity for them as the firepower will be in their favor for the most part. A couple half armors, but we'll see what the final assembly
Kayaknya
is
si
going to be looking
Jason
like for PRX.
cita-cita kamu jadi pro
once
player
we get
Valorant,
everything
Bang.
squared away here with
Yo,
Forsaken on stage.
Ibar, nggak pro
Curious if
player
something
sih.
thinks about an outlaw or something like that.
Tapi seneng aja cowok gue nih
I'm
kalau
very-
game-game
very
kompe
intrigued as to
mengingatkan
what
gue
he's
dengan
gonna end up
PB.
buying.
I would be bold on the attack, but I mean, something is just known for doing bold things.
Yeah.
Given that outlaw, and the man is going to put it to good use. So
Lo
could
harusnya
see a
ini
purchase
Bar, gue
like that
saran lo
come through
verti
at the
ini
moment.
sih.
Now we can still see the game.
Live
Just shy of
vertikal
4,000
sih,
credits.
Bar.
He can afford to go ahead and pick that one up, but likely wants to
Live
have
short Bar
a bit
biar
more money
biar
going into
ini
the next round, just in case they aren't able to convert
dapat
here.
subscriber.
Then I
Akun
think
PB
maybe
gue udah
a
mati
judge.
sama, Cok.
That, you know,
Dan gue juga udah males
That is
ngeliat
also
PB
very
anjir,
much
udah
his
banyak
speed.
cheater.
Yep, and that's a Paper Rex thing. They will grab a judge and maybe pass it over to Jing. Jing will give him the Spectre. Something like that might happen. It just kind of depends. But
yeah, you know, give him the wisey treatment.
Keep eyes on me, bro. Anjay. Jing, Cok.
I mean, it was on
Dia
split.
juga
He was
gitu.
just
that's true.
absolutely breaking ankles.
I had
people
sort
down.
of
Ada
forgotten about
Indonesianya,
that. I
coy.
think I wanted to.
Energy hasn't.
You.
They'll never forget about it.
But you know, now they're changing the roster up. So
Yeah.
Cuman live
See how things
iseng
fare in the
biar
future. Looks
berasa,
like
Cok.
with the admin
Nggak
stepping
sendiri.
away,
Gua
Forsaken
dulunya
might
emang
be
kayak
good
gitu
to
sih,
go.
Bar.
Not gonna get too overexcited
Ada
about
gitu
quite
yang nemanin,
just
apalagi
yet
ketika
until
gua main game
I
horror,
see that
Cok.
clock
Ada yang
ticking
nemenin
down
gitu.
once again. But it seems like we should just about be ready to get back into the action here.
yes, that's from the Paper Rex social media. Tweeted out their Guardians of the Galaxy
There we go.
squad, and it's a Vandal here for something interesting. That is quite the buy, but it's Paper Rex, so they're good enough to get away with these kind of things for sure. So Hawk to check, doesn't get any info. So
Rank
let's see
juga
if they're
kayaknya
gonna be
si
wary
Dance,
of a trap or
PB tuh
something
setahu
like
gua.
that. Something just trying to take space, but the spike hasn't been
Orang
picked up.
kawan
So
gua
this is
aja
all just
make
kind of an
cheat
info
aim
gathering
ini aimbot
mission
di PB.
for the PRX squad, and they've been a little more cautious this year, I think.
Jig out there from Icy. He's spotting plenty. But guiding light into the back of sight, make sure that it is
Something.
clear. So now space can be taken. Something pushing forward.
Look at Jing.
TP up to heaven. There's Icy trying to force them back. Something does get tagged up in the
Dia orang
facial.
udah dapet
To the
sight.
bay here for the moment. Mind Freak setting up another smoke, trying to keep himself protected, but Icy
Aduh.
didn't find the headshot. Does get knocked
Main
down,
Freak udah
21
kena ini,
HP.
Cok.
Is Jing lurking
Ih,
away.
enggak.
Has he missed this one? Oh, now
Enggak
noticing it.
ketahuan, Cok.
Takes down Leaf, and that's
Jing
gonna be a
nyumpet
weapon
situ,
recovered.
anjir.
Middle now in hand for him. Clear out of the haunt. Boombot. They're trying to
Dual
get
freeze,
him. So
anjay.
pushed up here into heaven. Something final one.
Oh,
and Jonah
satu lagi.
One apiece, but now something.
Oh, 2 lawan 2.
Help the second kill. A 2v2 here. It's Forsaken. Clearing out
Aduh.
the Valor, but cannot steady the aim. Dash around the back. Something with the updraft. 7 bullets remaining here in the Vandal. Now down to 5 as he clears out the Prowler.
Reload, Bang.
Playing ring around the Rosie here. Sees the gun barrel of 1. Swing out. Finds it. Swap over the glass.
Woo! Something, boy.
It's
Clutch.
the 4K Red Bull clutch.
Anjir.
PRX They convert the bonus.
Yeah, definitely worth the investment.
Yang gua
but
lucunya
Vandal
tadi, Cok.
puts it to
Bisa-bisanya gak
great
ketahuan
use
loh.
and plays
Jing
the
nyumput
time
situ loh.
so nicely. Something just beautiful on site. Hitting some great shots, anticipating Icy's peek around the corner. Jonah P, so good on elbow on that breach.
Cuma 50
Was a
huruf.
nuisance the last time they played this map.
Anjay. Something.
And that's the Paper X that you come to know and love. They are just so deep as a team, able to pull off these unbelievable plays.
Meja aman kayaknya. Aman meja di orang mah, meja bagusan aja.
Is G2 this time?
Oh, something just
Aduh.
trying to eat some of that pain shell damage to come away with the kill, but Icy is able to put him down. Locked out for Trent. Gonna be destroyed, but that is a solid start. Weapon not gonna be recoverable here for them. As fight goes across, little smattering of damage there on the Trent. Showstopper still here in the back pocket of Jing for the entry if they want to commit to this site, but it looks like Paper X maybe wanting to go and suss out the other side of the map.
Yeah, against an eco, Paper X definitely feeling like, okay, there's too many players over here that we've seen. Let's try something a little bit different. It feels like a trap, and they made the correct read for sure.
Dapat, main freak, mantap.
Clean there, taking Leaf out in mid.
Catching the one, setting up a smoke, trying to fake that. They're still going to be pushing their way over onto A, but the read is good here from the side of G2, so some damage can be dealt. Valen has that stinger in hand here on the side. Paranoia exchanged here on both sides. Haunt not catching anybody. CTP's over to the side. Showstopper now going to be coming through.
Aduh!
Instantly
Jing.
shuts it down. Jing dead. Jonah P there for the backstab. Does an immense amount of damage. The aftershock going to be coming through. Divide just respecting that. Swings ahead of it. Does manage to find that kill now with 30 seconds. Looks like they might be wanting to try to fake a pivot, but G2, they're very much stuck here.
Valen is unbelievable with stingers. Just
Meja
insane.
Bang
how good he
Alex.
is.
Push
Oke.
forward. Mind Freak able to find one.
3 lawan 2.
P-Bar's falling low. Valen coming away with that one. Divide swinging around the side.
Okay.
Forsaken's going to be the one collecting that kill. Now it's all on Trent. Recovered Vandal in hand. One shot into Forsaken takes down the sky.
I've got your trail.
As the Seeker coming through
Oh,
just to
ketahuan
confirm his
aja.
position.
Ketahuan.
Swing out Divide.
4-0, Re.
Pushes
Tembak
for it,
ulti
nearly
Jing.
loses
Nggak
his
perlu
life,
disayangin, coy.
Paper X,
Ulti
they
kayak
keep
gitu,
on
kalau
stringing
bisa
them
dapat
together.
kill, kalau
4-0
nggak
now
dapat
to
ya nggak
start.
apa-apa.
For what it's worth, this is a great
Soalnya
round
nanti kan
from
bakal
G2.
dapat
They
ini,
do a ton
ops
of damage.
kan.
They read this nicely.
Kalau bisa jangan disayang-sayangin.
He is the best stinger player in the world. I have watched so many VODs of G2 coming up to this event, and like his stingers are insane. You've seen it here in this event as well, but the guy is just so crisp with that gun. It is unbelievable how accurate it is. Like,
Takut-takutin doang.
nerf be damned. He's
PRX,
just
tim
so
yang paling
clean
kuat
with
kah?
it, and I love that G2 has so much
Dibilang
success
paling
on their
kuat,
ecos
dia orang
because of
lebih ke
Tag
paling
out now and play
konsisten
here from
sih.
something.
Paling konsisten.
See what kind of
Ada
value
di
he's gonna be able to find
playoff
here.
juara 2 kadang.
Jing just taking a couple pot shots in towards Mail, trying to see if he can connect a stray.
they just got a
Kayak
lot
bisa
of info
dibilang
to
PRX
G2,
tuh
but
kayak
there's nobody
RRQ
over
di
A. The
ML
pot
lah.
wasn't cleared.
Konsisten
That allows
gitu.
them to take a
Ada
lot
di
of
playoff
space.
terus ini.
The only site they're giving up is B.
Terus ada orang
And
Indonesianya,
Paper X is actually gonna be
coy.
rotating in that direction, but no real traps
Yang
set up. All that
terpenting
attention in the mid,
karena
that's drawn
ada
both
Indonesianya,
Jonah P
coy.
and Trent over along with Leaf. So Paper X has an opportunity to maybe get through. They can get this opener, but something going to be leading the way with the operator.
I see.
Ini
Such a deadly
PRX
position here.
PRX
So
apa?
far, the push forward not
PRX
fully being watched for.
PRX
Something he's gonna
ini.
start working his way up the
Min
ramp,
Freak
and then gets taken
sama
down and off now on
Jason,
the ground.
sama
Value not
Forsaken.
found. Flash in with the blast pack exit.
Ini Min
Icy gets
Freak,
himself over to safety,
PRX
but Jonah P
Min
gonna be
Freak
traded out at the
Indonesia.
same time, and now with a reswing, Mind Freak able to come up with one before getting taken down. Solid shot from Leaf though to bring it back
Sama
into a 3v3,
PRX
but now
ini.
Spike planted. All three players here from Paper X sat in on the site. Shells from Jing trying to delay. Boombot also available, but Valen comes swinging through. He's instantly dealt with. Jing distracted, does end up falling. Leaf able to find one, but the Divide
Sama
strikes
Forsaken.
him down.
Woo!
It's all on Trent. He can't make it happen. Divide
Kalau Davai
comes up with a
orang
two-piece.
Malay,
Paper
Malaysia
X
kalau Davai.
now 5-0.
Make sure to follow
I mean,
my
G2's
code.
making good reads. They're setting up these early traps that are getting the early picks against Paper X.
Ini nih
but
orang
then
Indo nih.
somebody like Divide or Mindfree comes up with these huge multi-kills that completely turn the round on their head. Give it even numbers advantage for
Monyet
Paper
3
X.
tuh iya kalau masih ada monyet
I mean,
3.
just so good this year has
Woo!
Mindfreak been. He is just so crucial to the success of this team. Him and Divide both absolutely just disgustingly good. Being asked to play Sentinels and Controllers.
Campur
in this
gitu ya orang. Iya, soalnya
roster
dia
that's full
tim
of
franchise.
crack duelists.
Lebih ke tim
And they
franchise, tapi
hold their own,
asal
and more than
asal
so.
timnya
They're oftentimes
Singapura, asal
like the
timnya
top
Singapura.
fraggers, the top ACS
Game,
guys
game
going
ini
up for this Paper X
tim
roster.
franchise ini soalnya.
Now timeout. Unnecessary call here, given the deficit. And like you said, the reads have been good. They've been understanding Well, the way that Paper X are going to be
Cuma
rotating
something
around the
yang
map,
bule.
getting
Iya,
themselves in a
something orang
position
Rusia,
to
something.
intercept, but the trade outs here, the shots not fully connecting. It's consistent damage being dealt in these rounds and not getting ran over, but they're just also not finding those wins.
Exactly. I mean, look at Paper X's economy. It's not the best. When you show it back
Tahu
on
lah
screen
Riot
here,
kalau udah ngebuat
y'all at home will see this. Yeah, and so
champion
it's
itu
like, yes, there's a ton of damage being done, and
pasti
G2 just
seluruh
needs to get a
dunia,
couple
anjir.
rounds going, and they'll be able to put Paper X back on an eco. So it could start here. Again, these stingers are so lethal, especially on this map for G2. Just kind of look and see if they can maybe get that showstopper online with Icy. They could easily turn this around. Get the Viper's fit for Leaf. He's 2 away. A lot of things that absolutely give G2 a big, much-needed thrifty.
Oh. Swing in and a swing out.
They don't want to mess with that stinger again.
Yeah, I wouldn't either. No damage dealt. Able to back away. Icy now. Looking to try to reinforce this mid position here. Got Leaf tucked away in mail. And for now, looks like Paper X is going to be more than happy to just leave Devi here. Let him linger. And the rest of the team turns their sights back over in towards Garage.
Valen's repositioned, though. They're pinging out, expect him to be back behind the box, but he's actually just rotating around pillar. And Paper X really taking their time with this. There you go.
Such a minor time to play off of. Something comes away with the kill. Valen going to be taken down. Half your smokes now gone. That paranoia not going to be in play. Fault line held. This would leave something on a bit of an island. He does have the tailwind to try to exit as the push starts coming through. Fault line set.
Aduh,
Trying to be able to do quite a bit of damage there. To shock. Trying to force somebody out from behind box. Jing able to pull away from that, not take any damage, but decent damage dealt. Forsaken down to 23. Does get something back up to 100. And Leaf taking some forward space is able to take him down to the backstab. Getting ready to come through. Trent on this big all the way through their spawn. But he needs to get there sooner rather than later. Jing's able to find one to buy. Getting another.
Spike down B.
And now it is all on
Oke,
Trent.
3 lawan 1.
Can't make a noise. Can't make a sound. Needs to try to catch them off guard, but Jing is
ketahuan.
watching for it now.
Ya,
They all know
ketahuan
where he's
posisinya.
at. Let's get the headshot. Nice little wall bang there.
Wall bang.
Do some additional damage here. Haunt out, not needing to be cleared. Both pulled back here around the pillar. Spots one high, has to go for the reload, and Mind Freak has the timing.
Manfreak. Anjir 6-0 coy tanpa perlawanan.
Continue onward.
Pusing
And
itu,
this
pusing
is
itu
the new
gitu.
Paper Rex. They're a lot more patient. Yes, it still looks kind of aggressive because something's starting to push angles, but he's doing it quite late in the round. He's waiting for someone to give him an opportunity to find that pick, and he gets Valen with it off the dissipate of the smoke.
Woo!
Just so
Ngeliatnya,
fast
Cok.
is something. Jing as well. So quick to react to these things. It's what makes Paper Rex so darn difficult to fight against. Trent, that lurk just came a hair too late. He was almost there in time to maybe spin that round back into G2's favor. Just not quite able to. A little bit of confirmation on some information the pit used in mid.
4 ultimates online here for the side of G2. If there was ever a round to get the win in, you'd expect it to be this one, but you also don't want to be seeing an overcommitment of ultimates here. So the pit off the rip. We'll see what else becomes necessary as the round goes on, but for now, that's going to be mid-control firmly in the hands of G2.
They know with this operator in play, they can't give up any of those early picks again. You can kind of afford to do it on an eco, but this round, the economy once again shaky for G2. A lot of space, a lot of info gain, and that allows something to continue to watch that angle. Although Icy, saw the head, but can't get the flick.
I was looking for it, but this time not going to be rewarded. A little bit of a fake pullback here.
Are they going to ult?
Yeah, maybe just
Mind
trying
Freak
to
gonna
audio bait a
ult?
little bit here.
Is he going to ult into the corner? They just pinged it out.
Get out
They
of my
passed the
way.
spike over to him.
And something now wanted to be the entry power here. Just hop the knives, and yep, Mind Freak just going to be peeing his way onto the side. As something clears the way to buy on this lurk. It's so disgusting.
Oke, Davai dapat.
Leaf dealt with. Pit dropped, and look at Jing. Working his way through the B side of the moment. Gonna pull off what Trent could not in the previous round. Nightfall available, gonna come into play. There's a jump on Icy.
Ngeri banget coy something
Showstopper
anjing.
was pulled. Ult not finding value. And there's Jing now arriving, making his presence known. Paintshell said there's no way
Wow,
to go forward.
gila,
It's into
langsung
something who
2
collects
orang
them.
menghilang,
It's a
Cok.
flawless from Paper X, both in the round and in the map so far. 7-0.
The on-the-call flying
Yo,
here from Paper
sorry.
Rex is so good. they get so much info and they're given so much space, and their plan around that is, okay, we just need to keep screens under control, get onto the site, we can pass the spike over to Mindfreak, he can bring it over and plant it, Jing's gonna be lurking, Devi's holding an angle from Ramen,
udah bingung
and
tuh
they're
dia
doing the round flawlessly. I mean, they're
ribet cok something
so good. It's not just their shooting. They are very aware of their surroundings and how to exploit what their opponents are trying to do.
Well, clear on the haunt, not really coming through. So off revealed on this side of the map. And that's going to make PRX change up the strat a bit.
Yeah, just try and stack for an A hit. Got a ton of util. Devi one away from the pit. Jing one away from the showstopper. Valen is that paranoia and a stinger.
Well, Valen now going to be noted. He still comes away
Mati
with one.
sama
The jump
Stringer,
forward
Cok.
from Jing, looking for the kill, and he's eventually able to fish it out. Finds that kill. P taken down. Devi trying to intercept.
Davai.
Eventually he's able to steady the game. Finds that
4
pick off.
lawan
His lead
2.
goes down. And it's now just Trent and Icy left alive. Sheriff's in hand.
Spike planted.
Well, unfortunately, not much hope in hell. One now noted, Jing watching over at ramp. Drop shot coming their way. It's the swing out. Jing trying to challenge here on the bolt. Does end up getting taken down. Icy finding that kill. Dink on the Mindfreak as well. Wow. And take him even lower. As the C's now gets chucked out. Swing around the back though, Forsaken. Ready on the back stab.
Aduh.
Find that final shot, and suddenly
1v1.
Icy may just be able to bring this one back, but time is dwindling. Devi working his way over here towards ramp. Here's the entry. Paint shell. It's a solid read from Icy, just trying to create some space. Gets in onto the defuse. Tries to stick onto it. Tries to get the half, but right as he does, Devi takes him down. Again, a decent effort. So very close to getting that first round win here for G2. But Paper X, they just barely managed to squeak by with the win again.
Yeah, it's great to see Icy coming alive here, having a great round. After getting shut down with showstopper in hand the previous round. You can see they're so clean. Usually our Paper X, a little bit of whiffy from Jing and Devi, but able yeah, sure.
Right.
Why not? Good enough. I mean, they're
Kotor boleh, Ngodin gak sih bang? Boleh, nggak ada yang larang cow pakai senjata itu. Ngodin tuh nggak dilarang, senjata kayak gitu nggak dilarang aja. Main luas sambil nonton skill grind. Jabar.
But they're all over the place. They're constantly moving around, trying to find those open angles, those open spaces. Jing and
Anjir,
Devi
8-0 cow.
so good at it.
Tapi malu enggak lah.
Ngapain
malu anjir? Aldin tuh buat orang-orang wallbang.
I don't think there's enough available at the moment.
Anjir yang cantik juga cok, yang cosplay.
Would like to have been going into this one, but right now I think you'd give up the world.
Kalau di Valorant mah, kalau di lomba itu tuh orang yang kesal sama Odin tuh karena dia tuh cuma main braided doang cok tanpa skill. Kalau di orang pro player mah udah ini anjir. Udah pro player mah nggak masalah pengen pakai ini, soalnya dia pakai taktik.
Stalwart. They are so good at getting their aim under control and start making some good reads. They've made some pretty good reads.
Biasa aja bisa ngalahin ini cok Odin. Kalau low elo kayak kita orang, musuhnya ngodin terus sih ya kesel cok. Jadi nggak perlu malu. Kalau ini.
Expecting this showstopper to be coming on to B, so Valen hightails it out of there.
Soalnya itu senjata mahal.
Thinking about going through
Odin.
Mindfreak, going on a bit of a walk.
Jadi bisa bikin ekonomi miskin sih. Jadi orang jarang juga pakai.
Rolling Thunder still here, still available for the side of G2. The attempted retake, but now it's going to be an aftershock to try to force something off the angle, but he's ahead of this.
Something dilewatin.
Trent going to be taken down. Entry from Icy.
Gak ada yang lihat something cok.
Strikes. 2 kills. Tries to swap.
Anjir.
Pick him up after the up trap.
Mindfreak's
already taken it down.
Pun ketahan anjay.
It's just beautiful understanding of the utility that Breach is going to be throwing and where he can get away with not getting hit by it. That's all it takes. You know, as soon as that aftershock comes through, he's like, oh, I can just stay tucked in the corner. The ult isn't going to hit me. And I'm just going to wait. And they can never really
bisa lo contoh tuh, Den.
Jonah P gave it a try, but
buat main rank.
Something just too darn fast. And they're
9-0 cok. Apa 13-0 ini?
Just everything that G2 tries to throw at them is just thwarted.
I mean, it's been flashy from Jing and something, but Devi, he's right up there with him. 10-1 at the moment on this Viper. The lurk plays have just been so devastating.
Uncle Aim getting it done.
Once again, a kickback here. Is it Leaf just getting tucked? Once again, right as that smoke gets ready to dissipate. Something pushing forward. Maybe looking for a very deep angle. That's going to be Jing getting a spot on the Valor. The aftershock doing nothing to dissuade him. Look forward into the poison orb there with Shorty in hand. Something really wanted to take this forward space, but look at this. He's got the read. He's got the spot. That's going to be Icy taken down. The slow creep forward. Jonah P now noted here on the site.
They're so methodical. And you even had Divide there to cover just in case that went south.
Oke, 2 orang di situ.
Spot out on the 2. Notes him here, something dashing forward, Shorty in hand, hunting, seeking target. Can't find either of them. They're already dead as he swings around. Now it is once again all on Trent.
1 lawan 5 kalau bisa ini GG bet sih. Gitu. Nah, yang udah sawan itu.
Hit some good shots the last time.
Hello. Oh, decent damage there on a Forsaken. He's reading this lurk around the back very well. Can he win it out? There's a swing in, Mind Freak. He'll have it. It's a flawless 10-0 here. Paper X, 2 more rounds to be played out in the half as they look to deliver. Potentially a 13-0.
Could be. Certainly feels like it. And now, economy's never going to be an issue for him the rest of this half. And it just Jing gets that spot early, just ahead of the paranoia hitting him. You can see Divide right around that box as well.
Dengkulnya, Cok.
Not sure if he... I don't think he saw or heard Icy. Icy was being pretty good about obscuring his sound, but yeah, they're just so effective as working as a unit. Everybody's working together there, allowing time for something to go for that flank in case somebody could trade him out. Like the plans here for Paper X.
Oh my God!
Gila, nengok dikit langsung hilang.
I mean, Leaf man's just trying to jiggle. Something not having it. Double push up here in the main. We'll find value. Divide going to be taken down. Not with there. Trent does get noted, so they know that there's at least 2 players here in this position. Something wanted to take that space. Again, Shorty in hand. Tuck back here from Trent, sending out the season, try to buy himself some space. The Seekers now let loose here from PRX. Dog into the corner, not going to be able to find that stun. Push up, Forsaken, flushes him out. Palin now out in front here on the site, tucks back behind elbow. Needing to stay safe.
Mereka taken-nya mudah-mudahan. Iya, soalnya dia nggak ada sentinel. Nggak butuh sentinel. PRX ini jarang main sentinel. Karena dia main agresif, rata-rata yang dipakainya itu inisiator. Sama duelis doang. Sama smoker.
Dealt with. Now the double approach. It's Forsaken just playing off this one way.
Anjir, smoke-nya keren banget.
And then runs out of bullets. Jonah P able to take advantage there. Now a 2v3. Something looking for another flick of the century. Can't quite make them happen though. Paint shells connect there into backside. Showstopper now.
Wow, ngeri becok something sumpah aja.
Something just not allowing for these showstoppers to even get drawn out. Mind Freak TP's up into heaven. It's 11-0.
No rust for Paper X.
11-0.
Coming off a bit of a break. Had the first part of this tournament off. Didn't have to play in the Swiss stage because they win Stage 1 of VZT Pacific, and they are not missing a beat. Something in particular is feeling it with that op. You could just tell with those flicks. And that's Jing, the best in the business when it comes to blast pack landings and recovery.
Udah pusing banget itu.
No one does it better than him, and he does it with a vandal.
Udah pusing banget itu anjing.
Take a look at the scoreboard. You can see, I mean, the duelists here, inseparable. 13-5-3 between both of them. Just perfect parity. As they look to deliver utter destruction here to G2. Well, Flash is going to be committed there from Forsaken. Just trying to draw some attention over towards B.
Anjir, boleh juga nge-fake-nya, Cok.
It's going to be the plant getting ready to come through. Jing one off the showstopper here after the plant.
This time it's Forsaken on the late lurk for Paper X, so it'll be difficult on site. Divide with the op. Be trying to lock down. They're coming from every angle.
Mind Freak able to catch Trent there. Seas does connect.
No.
On this backstab, on this flank alongside Jonah P. Comes up with a kill. Divide going to be taking out. Flash connects there on a Mind Freak. Weapon now scooped up, Forsaken. A bit of a riskier position. He goes pushing out. Balin takes him down. Now it's all in the duel. Something under the first. Turns for the flash, but he's taking too much damage, and there you go.
Oke, boleh dikasih 1 poin doang.
G2.
Akhirnya dapat poin gitu.
They get themselves around victory here to close out the half. But 11-1 is a hell of a road to try to run back.
Yeah, and this time around, they're a little bit quicker to react after giving up all that space to Paper Rex. They completely cede the A site to them, and they say, here you go, have fun. And they do a great job coming from a bunch of different angles and striking together.
Yeah, this time just very much noting where all these players were going to be coming from. Getting that really nice timing, swinging the back around through main to come up with those kills. That's going to be the first bit of frustration dealt over here to the side of Alex, but I think even he not going to be too upset given the game state here for them.
He shouldn't be. You would hope.
In a very strong position, G2, everything to do in the second half. But for now, as we go into the halftime, give them a breather. We've got a very special guest standing by with Mika for an interview.
Anjing something flicknya keren banget, Cok.
Hey guys, we have a special surprise for you. We have the whole Sasanto family right
Anjir,
here.
orang tuanya si Jason, Cok.
We have Yenny, who is Forsaken's mom. We have Ari, who is Forsaken's dad. And we have Hannah, who is Forsaken's auntie. That's right, the whole family is here. Now, of course, the world knows that you have a very talented gaming family. And this all started when you opened a PC shop or a LAN cafe many, many years ago. So is that where Forsaken and Xcurate learned how to be pro gamers?
Yes. Yes.
That is where they learn how to be pro gamers. It runs in the family, right?
Yes,
and since the whole family is here with your two sons, did you get to spend time in Shanghai? Did you get to spend time as a family?
We come support my son and Team PPRX.
Oh, yes, of course. I can see that. And where did you go as a family? Did you see any
namanya
sites
Yoi.
together?
Yes, my
Orang
son
tuanya
is
nge-support
on the
bar
television
jadi
watching
ini,
us.
Cok. Pro
See,
player.
it's a whole family
Bapaknya
affair,
pemain
right?
Dota,
So
Cok.
right now, the score is 11-1 in favor of Paper Rex. And I know that, Ari, you are a gamer yourself. So what is your assessment? What is the analysis of the
Indo wajar,
map
coy.
so far?
Yeah, I'm analyst. I'm trust and I believe PPRX can be win this map.
Yes, of course. I think so far, you know, everybody agrees with that. What about you, Yenny? Do you have any words for Paper Rex right now?
I will apa ya saya bilang ya? With PPRX will be the
Gue juga nggak
winner.
ngerti cuma bahasa Inggris anjir, gue kayak gitu pasti
Paper Rex will
begitu
be the
dah.
winner. You heard it from them. Let's get back to the game.
Gue
Thank
juga
you very
kalau
much. Good to see the
ditanya
support. Good
begitu
to see the
sama
fans
orang
coming out.
Inggris, kayak orang tolol, gue pasti anjir.
Forsaken taking a glimpse across the stage, and his family is able to take back to their seats.
Mana ngomongnya cepet lagi tuh.
It might not be too much longer until they're on their feet once again. It's PaperX 11-1, utter domination in that first half. They start off with the pistol. It's all but over.
Yeah, I mean, 11-1, monumental. If G2 can get this done, but it's going to be really tricky. This is a 4-1 setup here for the side of Paper Rex. Got all your duelists, an initiator util over there on the A site, and a toxic screen setup for what I assume is a retake if they pivot towards B. But of course, it's Paper
Anjir,
Rex.
langsung dimajuin, Cok.
Here we go.
Something rushing forward.
Aduh.
Leap collecting 3. Excellent response, some damage taken. But widely, G2 very much coming out dominant on
Anjing,
that
Dava udah ada
exchange.
di
Forsaken still creeping up. Oh, doesn't note him. Does manage to take him down, but an immense amount of damage now dealt to him. That much more pressure here going to be pushed onto Devi, and Forsaken is not ready for Trent. Solid lurk from him. And now the pivot back over towards the A site.
Devi aware that there could be somebody coming through spawn, or they're just going to be making their way over towards A. So that is going to be the direction he starts. Valen will be coming down the stairs behind him. Can't find the shots. Yeah, Trent is going to take him down, and G2 gets what is literally a must-win pistol. And it's off the back of just some good patience off the rip, Achilleos.
Well, that is the round that they absolutely needed off the rip here. Economy going to be in a good spot. Paper Rex, of course, going to be respectful, not going to be seeing any kind of force-ups here. A very good opening volley here from Leaf to just gun down 3. Try to fast-track that pit, and there's that frustration starting to come through.
Couldn't even find one, I think is what he said there. Just, yeah, you know, Alex is...
This is bold.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I'm not surprised.
Look at the stack here in the mid. Prowler checking over towards Shing. Pop flash coming through. There's the rush in. Forsaken able to find 1. I see a Trent just managing to find 2. Paint shot from Jing will take out the enemy raise, but now it is all on something. A Stinger with 6 bullets left in the clip here. Clear out on the Prowler, just trying to exit. Dodges, takes a little bit of damage there on the exit. For now, is safe and is in a potential position to do some additional damage.
Should be a pivot over towards A for G2. Seeing him go up into B, but he's proactive against it, trying to get ahead of this.
He's hearing all of this. As there's the haunt out. Will reveal it and swings in, just trying to get a catch. Taken down, 2 players falling there on the side of G2, but overall still in a very good position coming out of that anti-eco.
It's a great haunt. Just making sure that
Respect
PRX,
jangan sampai malah nanti blunder lo.
PRX likes to move around the map, so starting to get their bearings a little bit, RG2, starting to understand the way that PRX is maneuvering themselves around their map. They're very decisive. And you got to be so cautious, because a lot of players might take their time and kind of look around, and PRX just says, I think you're doing this, so I'm going to go there too, and just try to challenge you. Now, full rifles for PRX. Everything in 2 Bulldogs for G2. And a pacey hit. Just Divide waiting around the corner up here.
And Divide to go ahead and try to slow this up. Forsaken as well, pressuring from the side. For that season aid. As Mind Freak out wide here on the site. Smoke to cover for now. Playing on the narrowest of margins, but now it's going to dissipate. Doesn't have another one available. Paranoia is at the ready here for him. As something just swinging onto the corner in the middle, able to come away with 1. Icy going to be taken down. He drops back here into the side. Forsaken trying to pump out that healing. He's able to do so, and Mind Freak finds leave. Now the double challenge here in a garage. Jonah P having to backpedal, but still comes up with the kill. Gets the dig, gets the second. Mind Freak dead. Forsaken finding Trent, but then traded out by Valen. Now a 2v2. Something, however, brings it back.
Jing anjir,
ribet
cok.
Knife out, but still finds the shot. It's decent damage here from G2. In most of their circumstances, you say, okay, they got 3 in the bonus. That's solid effort. But PRX, they now get the 12.
I like what G2 tries to do. Try to kind of use some of the rotation timings against PRX. Jonah P in particular anticipating that aggressive peek.
Alec marah.
Shuts down 2 players. But they're just a little off the mark, and that costs you rounds, because Jing is not going to miss. Mind Freak now with the Outlaw. Stinger.
This is just going to be an aggressive hit
Divide.
from the PRX side.
Yeah.
They will just have something rather push forward here. Pulls back up the ramp. Divide in the meantime, basically shoulder to shoulder alongside Trent, but it's going to be Icy taking down first. Trent responding fire is able to find him. Forsaken now dropped. Poison Orb comes back up. Some space here taken in A main by G2, working their way up the ramp. The drop, getting ready to come in. 2 players, something nearly getting the transfer. Puts Valen down to 45. Jing immediately moving over, looking to reinforce. Still does have that.
Makanya dia orang mainnya agresif. Walaupun jadi ini juga agresif nih.
I can't believe Trent read that.
Getting the catch, but Jing now, he knows that this flank is going to be coming through, so he just wants to stay tucked away. He wants to intercept. He wants to take out the spade.
Spike planted.
But Trent being very cautious. Turns back, knows that they haven't seen this raise. He's uncertain about his position. And this is buying critical time here for G2. Divide trying to push forward, spots 1, fault line. He can't dodge it. Takes quite a bit of damage here, now down to 25. Watch is coming, Jing still holding the angle, but now noted. Decides to turn his sights back over here. In towards A, Divide finishing off Valen, but time taking Jing dead. It's all in Divide to try to see if he can finish the map right here, right now, but it's a 1v2 with the time. Not working towards him. 1 bullet remaining here in the clip. As he will just have to pull back. This will be G2's round. They stay in the game, they stay in the map.
Just trying to do as much damage as he can to them. Knows the economic situation. Both teams, the cash is low. He's trying to see if he could maybe sneak 1 more gun away from G2 going into the next round. But G2 starting to get their act together for sure. I mean, Forsaken wins the opener, but then gets traded out immediately through the smoke. Something there by himself. Can't transfer in time. Trent with unbelievable awareness. I was watching that in the map, and I'm like, oh, Mind Freak's got an outlaw, and he's creeping up behind Trent, but Trent just starting to get an understanding of PRX's movement, how they're constantly trying to find flanks, how they're constantly trying to work the map, and it's starting to get into G2's brains. That's a lot of damage to Leaf, though.
Yeah, some spam out. He's knocked down to 51. As Divide pushing out in the mid. Mistiming it there. He just gets massacred. Viper now eliminated, full send, rotate, aside from Forsaken, who's still going to be lingering back over towards A, trying to make sure that it's not going to be any late alerts coming through. G2 in the meantime, More than happy to start taking space here on this B site. Lurk still in from Leap though. There's shots from something, not gonna be connecting. Icy able to take him down, now Mindfreak gonna be dead. Jing, smattering of damage dealt there. With his Spectre looking for a kill, is able to find one, but now he's between a rock and a hard place. Leap up above, Icy swinging. Finishes him off. That's gonna be G2 now getting the 5.
Yep, now they're starting to get the feel. And they've got a showstopper, they've got some ults to work with. Nightfall, Rolling Thunder. They can keep this going. It is obviously going to be very, very difficult. You have no room for error here as G2. But it is starting to feel a lot more comfortable. The way that they're anticipating PaperX, the way that they're reading them, able to shut them down in mid early in the round, have a good fast hit, not really give any opportunities for any of those utils or player swings to find any value there. Just Jing with the 1. And now you've got so many ults to work with. Yes, there's the Seekers for Forsaken. But that's the only tool, the big ultimate that PaperX has to work with. Some information gain, just Trent though, he's kind of been on his own in mid. Curious to see how PaperX wants to rotate off of that. Looks like they are going to start stacking a bit more towards A, knowing that Trent is usually a lone wolf over in that area of the map.
Something again, just playing here at ramp this time. Poison Orb not set up for the approach. Poking, pushing forward, leave. Staying alive, knocked down to 20 or 70. Misreading. It's Icy is able to come away with that elimination. Snakebite now sent from Divide to try to slow down the approach here onto the site. Seekers needing to be used by Forsaken. Trying to track these players. It's all leading towards this A site.
Face your fear!
Shell sent in towards main. Showstopper used. As he swings around in from behind. Icy seeking targets, but he's short set and Jing still dealing it a little bit of damage. Finishes off Leaf, trading that one out. Mindfreak now.
Mindfreak masih ada di dalam.
Backside. Divide as well, starting to push forward. Mindfreak playing it up patiently. Finds the first. Forsaken out in heaven, finding another. But now it's Mindfreak in a 1v2. TP dodges out of the Rolling Thunder. Icy knowing where he's landed, but he still ends up falling. Plant getting ready to come in, the paranoia goes across, but he still sticks for this. Jonah P. Yes, he can. Shuts it down and extends the game even further. G2 now at the halfway point.
Yeah, some good maneuvering
Satu poin lagi,
from
coy.
Jing there to avoid the showstopper.
Comeback sih
finds a perfect time to use his TP, but G2 able to stabilize. Was able to wait this out. I'm a bit surprised that we're continuing to leave something by himself in a corner here. For PaperX. That's something that G2 is exploiting. They're sending at least 2 at him to make sure that he's dealt with. And every round here just gives G2 more and more confidence. Certainly it's going to be tough to get to the overtime, but going into the next map even, they're going to be feeling like, okay, we can go toe-to-toe with these aimers, no doubt.
It's all at the start, but it's been coming alive here. Boombot checking forward here in the vent, nothing going to be noted there. Showstopper and knives on the opposite side for PaperX. We'll see if those come into play. They want to save those for an actual full investment round.
They've completely left the A side open, hoping that G2 will continue this mid-contestion.
A push out, I mean, something going for the challenge. He's rushing forward, he gets the kill.
Dapat kill yang penting.
Traded out, but it feels like he should have never been able to get that. Icy as well, tagged down to 5 HP.
Well, nobody does that.
Something does. Snakebite forward, Divide in a rough position. Down to 20. Quite a bit of damage. Aftershock to try to force him back. Swings out, just wanting the challenge, wanting to do some damage, but the shots go wide.
Oke, udah masuk site
Space now
musuhnya.
taken here on the A site.
Gitu udah masuk site.
Lingering around heaven, looking to try to get the catch here. Meanwhile, Jing and Forsaken pushing their way through sewer. Freak now arriving, the slow swing, but the one tap of the Guardian. Leaf gets taken down. Now a 3v3. With that showstopper still in play.
Exactly.
Jing might just be able to try to finish this one right here, right now. Kid going forward, balance, swinging out. Jing not really anticipating that one, but now jumps up over the top. Puts him down, balance, dead, gets the spot on the finishes it. He's 5 HP. Paint shell into the corner. Aftershock not connecting. It's 10 bullets and a stinger, now 8. Swing back around here to elbow. Looking to challenge, the tap on it, the force space taken, and again, the last one standing. He keeps him in it.
I mean, they're giving him everything they can handle, and G2 has been weathering the storm just enough here on this attacker's side to keep this map in play.
Come on.
it's unbelievable that he can get away with this. But look at this movement here from Jing. He lands on top of that after using that showstopper. It's insanity. But Jonah P has been incredible in these 1v1 clutches. Absolutely stalwart for G2. The Professor
belum di comeback ini.
doing a great keeping this map from being over just yet.
Oke.
Rounds away now, G2. That's what you need.
Pause.
5
Time
more
out,
just to send it to OT.
Multiple attempts at map point here thus far from PaperX, but G2 continue to hang in there. So timeout called from PaperX. Alex
Nggak nyampe
looking to
12
intervene, looking to get split done and over with. Just how much more gas is in the tank here for G2? It's what they've been showing so far on this attacker side. It has been a breath of fresh air compared to what we were seeing in the first half.
Yeah, and they've been running away with this so much that they had kept the op out of something's hands until this
duitnya
round.
sama-sama.
That's a huge piece to the PaperX puzzle. It feels like on this map, especially on the attacker side, there is a Viper's Pit for Leaf, so if you can get to a position where you can get that plant down, could kind of nullify some of that ability that PaperX has to use that long-range weaponry to their advantage. Let's see exactly what this looks like. I mean, you got a lot here. This looks like a fault line into a fast hit up ramp. Something like that, or maybe just a flasher.
Yeah, flash at the ready.
Yep.
Get ready to push forward. Trailblazer just going to be cleared out, but taking a decent bit of damage there, down to 51, but Icy is well tagged up. Op now right out in front of main.
Something. Nice!
It's the spot, gets the kill. Icy taken down. A lot of the entry power now out of G2's hands.
Now they got
call end up being.
Yeah. Oh, this is insane.
He's gonna go pushing forward as he swings through the wall. Just a bit too aggressive, and Trent is easily able to deal with it. Fault line being sent off the back of the Prowler. Just look at the chase. Ching does get caught, but not Forsaken. Gonna be taken down. Eliminated, clear out on the Haunt. That's a big entry here for G2, who now have the site and now they have the pit. Leaf cutting off all access there through screens to buy. Lurking forward into that position. Find value from here, trying to find the round win. PaperX feels nigh impossible.
Good luck. I mean, Devi's gonna try to push this. He might catch Leaf off guard.
Waits out
Nice.
the Prowler time and he finds him.
Davai dapat.
The pit now dropped. Back into a 3v3. Push
Nice.
down Jing, getting Valen. Just Trent and Jonah P now left.
Nice.
Jing.
Aduh.
Trent, last one standing. 1v2. Time on his side. Quick little jiggle peek. The double dash.
Nice. Dapat nggak comeback, Cok.
Mind Freak will be the last one
Biar
standing.
nggak malu-malu amat lah Gitu.
Plenty of time to spare.
Nah, ini nih orang Indo nih. Ini Jason nih,
I mean,
Forsaken.
after 11-1 start, to ring it back to 7-13, hell of a performance by G2.
Very much is. That's just the first map. We've got Lotus coming up next. PaperX's pick. We'll see how G2 fare there when we come back to the break.
All I care about, right? People dying today, okay?
People gonna die.
If people not dying, I'm gonna contact boss. Give me a beatbox, Jason. We talked about this.
Coachnya malah diajak ini, Cok, nge-DJ anjir. Nge Valorant Shanghai.
Not sure what sensitivity you perform best with? Are you constantly changing your sensitivity because you're missing? Introducing the Universal Sensitivity Finder in AIM Labs. Get real-time sensitivity recommendations. Keep track of the sensitivities you perform best with, then bring it into your next ranked game and dominate. Now available in AIM Labs Plus.
Berapa menit lagi nih? Ngeri, udah ini mah 2-0 gak sih? Where G2 fans at? Anjay, you crying it? Anjay. Oh, 3 menit lagi. Belum. Dia siapa yang menang 2 ronde? Siapa yang menang 2 ronde, dia selesai.
Life a marathon, I got no choice but run amok. I've been sliding on these tracks, my haters need a salt truck, and it still won't melt the ice. And it's
Copyright nggak itu ya lagunya? Kita baca-baca nih nah. Apak lebih gede daripada Amerika. Lapar gini sambil makan coy, nikmat. Gue udah makan tadi sebelum ini. Mantap PRX. Musik. Ayo Drake. Bro, split is chosen by G2 but lose heart. G2 anjay. Oh ternyata split yang memilih si G2 tapi dia kalah cok. PRX always with the risky plays. That's what makes them interesting to watch, but I feel sorry for PRX fans always watch with high blood pressure. Boleh. 1 menit 30 detik. PRX no win, no problem. PRX no throw. What is this? Easy. Baca-bacaan ini seru cowok, baca-bacain komen Inggris. Game Undertale diskon Bang Ren. Sabar gue bayar wifi dulu cowok, wifi gue ini gede anjir. Mau-mau aja gue dik game-game yang begitu. Wifi gua aja belum gua bayar aja. Undertale dia game ini, cok. Space for the Unbound aja dah. Si Bar ada gamenya, cok. Bisa itu gua mainin Space for the Unbound. Space for the Unbound. Iya dia game kayak game retro gitu dia dance pixel. Tapi nanti dah pusing cowok gua tuh pengen menikmati game ya, tapi terhalang oleh ini anjir. Bayang-bayangan ini cepet-cepet lulus. Oh lo mainin Bar? Belum lo mainin ya?
Hey guys, I'm here right now with Coach Alex of PRX. Congratulations on that first map. You mentioned that you were a bit relieved to be coming into Shanghai with some more downtime than usual, especially since you were playing until today, this very day, right?
Enaknya
so
game-game yang cerita itu tuh
I mean,
malam.
We came to Shanghai, I think we spent a few days just trying to relax a little bit, start a bit, trying to figure out like how we can practice. After that, it was just practice as per usual. We tried to spend like maybe 8 hours a day practicing. I think that's what we did. Paid off, I guess.
I guess it does. I guess it does pay it off. Let's see if they can close out the second map.
Okay, second map.
Indeed, it did. PaperX come out of the gate swinging. Oh my word. Swinging. Oh my word.
Bang Garit.
11-1 half. And even though they dropped a few rounds in the second, really didn't matter all that much because they were so far ahead the entire time, Mimi, that at that point all they needed was just 1 or 2 and they were in. Or actually, they literally just needed 2.
The outcome is crazy to me. Math is hard. It was crazy to me because I actually felt like G2 had a solid read, the read I kind of expected them to have coming in. This double duelist comp has really strong executes, but this isn't actually that great at like holding in long post plants. So they were setting up to play flood retake pretty much every round, but in these late rounds, PaperX's players were just unfathomable. The things something was doing in the post plant was disgusting.
Yeah, actually, speaking of something, it's going to bring us to our Verizon high-speed moment of the match. I don't know, pick a round. But
this one
in particular was round 3.
Number 3 because the way that he dashes smokes, it shoots the Prowler. My man was in 7 bullets for so long. He stays on 5. Sees, I believe, the barrel, gets the kill here, swaps on 11 HP. He literally doesn't hesitate. for half a second into this beautiful play that allowed PRX to do what they did during the entirety of the attack. Funny enough, the rounds where G2 were on their on an eco, they were closer to getting the round because as Mimi is saying, they did have the read. The problem is that PRX was reading into the read every single time that G2 was trying to distract them with a piece of utility. PRX would turn around and get Leaf on the back of whoever is going to just crunch onto them.
Which is what we did talk about, right? We were like, what is, G2 might try and receive this aggression. What does PRX try to do? It turns out PRX just ran them down,
Yeah, I was kind of worried coming in that it would just be an individual outclassing, and I really think that that's what it came down to. PRX, they played some really nice post plans. They have great synergy between their players, and they just have some ridiculous shooters. Something played incredible. Jing played incredible. There was rounds where people were double swinging into Mind Freak, and he was getting both kills. Like, all of these guys on any other team would be the #1 talent that everyone talks about, but they are all condensed onto this single roster, and that's what makes them so ridiculously hard to play against, because even if you have the right macro read, they will just dominate you with their incredible micro.
I felt that there would be an end to something using the operator the way that he did, but what he did on the attack was filthy. We were seeing Icy on camera, the fact that the 2 ults that he was gonna shoot, something is on the other side with the operator. He doesn't even have a chance.
Yeah.
He barely even finished the voice lines. Like, it's just crazy.
Do you
to
remember
me.
the round?
He was literally in the open, being like, "Come at me, come at
Where
me."
he whiffed with his blades in mid, and then updraft dashes bottom in with a classic, and he gets the kill.
He's committed. He's
it's
a
not
catch.
fair. It's simply
he doesn't
not
have
fair.
commitment issues. He's a catch.
All right,
I love this team.
Let's go ahead,
and
though,
I hate them. And I love them.
Pivot over to our AIM Lab shoot around. We're going to check in on Leaf, talk about G2. Now we're going into Lotus here. Listen, I mean, you got to call a spade for spade in this situation, right? Or spade a spade, rather. This is not a good situation for G2.
Melatihan AIM di make AIM Lab dance.
Now you just got PRX'd, and you're about to get PRX'd again in Lotus, because the way that they play with reckless abandon.
Yes.
But it's like coordinated reckless abandon.
You say that in the late rounds look like it, but I think the mid-rounding and the early rounds from PRX was really on point. But Paperthin was talking about this a lot in the cast, but I feel like this is a PRX who takes their time a lot more, who's really actually quite thorough in the way that they're calling these rounds. And then it's the late rounds where we get the more classic PRX, chaotic individual moments. But there's a lot of detail ahead of that as well that you have to give credit to this team for. They've really stepped up.
Again, but it has to do with the attack. I agree with that. Like they found the right merge of like being super aggressive and just sending it to like getting a couple of players, trying to force some rotations. I think that it was beautiful to see, but they will need to keep it up in Lotus. And now with them starting on the defense, it scares me a bit. Yes, the results that we saw from G2 were not the best on the attack against Heretics, but I do think that was on Heretics. Like the utility usage that they had in Lotus was not allowing them to perform evenly. But hear me out. If there's an operator on the game for something, it's just so complicated to play against.
Kagak tahu gua. Gua juga belum pernah download AIM Lab.
I mean, PRX's comp is standard, but it is still weird, right? They're giving up the Viper, so they have a lot less
I mean, they did change it for playoffs.
Yeah, and they have very little stall on this defensive side because no Viper or Cypher or Killjoy to really hard hold a sight. And on their attack, they don't have that Viper wall to condition. So their attack sides can be a little bit more telegraphed, but I still really feel like it's going to come down to the individuals and how well they perform in the late round. PRX is just unbeaten in that respect.
Yeah, exactly. And for the stalling utility, I'm looking at Forsaken. We talked about how he is a flex god and he needs to show up in this defense if they want to take this home.
Well, let's find out if G2 can manage to make this series go the distance. Send it over to your casters. Here's Clinton and Paperthin.
Who?
All right, changing it up after yesterday, I see. I don't know. I don't want to be either.
Oh, no. Come on, man.
I'll be Paperthin.
Come on, man.
I'll be Paperthin. You can
That's unbelievable. I took Seth. Which one? Okay, fine. Whatever. You know what? You know what? This round is you. You go ahead.
All right. Roger that. Well, let's go ahead and get ready to jump into the action. Lotus once again for the side of PRX. Talking about, how do you get a read on this team? Teams have been able to do it on this map in the past. You think about Gen G going up against each other in that grand final. This is one of those maps that Gen G was able to take away from PRX. And while they still are incredibly strong on it, there are weaknesses that can be exploited.
Well, I mean, this is, again, just like Split, a very important side here for G2, because usually on their Lotus, which is very, very good, they're 4-1 in stage 1. it's this attacker side that gets it done, like most of the world. However, going up against Paper X, they're tricky. They love to isolate fights.
This lurk from John is absolutely gorgeous.
Gak main sentinel,
Something not ready for it at
PRX
all.
nggak pernah main sentinel, lihat
Fantastic
deh.
headshot coming across. Now things very much slowed down. Silence here. As Paper X do have a 3-man stack over here towards A. They hear the Prowler checking back rubble. Ping's coming down, but G2 seemingly not satisfied with this, so they themselves also going to drift away.
It is a bit hard on the early part of the round to read off of just killing something. You know, a lot of times it's going to be like Forsaken or Divide backing him up. So you got to be worried about that. If something gives it away over on this A site, and so therefore they've got enough info. You know, Leaf's able to sit there behind Mound long enough, doesn't get any other attention. And he says, guys, I'm pretty sure C is open. Let's make a try. And they read it correctly. Nicely done here by G2 to start this pistol.
Competition now coming through, but do they read Leaf's position at the moment just outside of B? Tucked away. The spike plant comes in. Looks like they're starting to swing. They're starting to watch for it, but he still puts one down. Forsaken, taken out. How much more damage can he deal? The double push coming through. They're able to flush him out, but out. Trade back as Jing ends up falling. Mindfreak finding Jonah P. Paranoia not going to be connecting, but door still has to be retapped. 2v3 with Icy tagged up. Paper X look to try to retake this C site for themselves. Mindfreak wary about the corner, sends it there, but everybody playing on the site itself. Push up over the top. Trent find the headshot, takes out Divine. Mindfreak being encroached upon. Icy comes down over the top. Kill's going to be found, and that's going to be G2 picking up another pistol.
Phenomenal mid-rounding here from G2. Kind of understanding some of the lack of information that they're getting and putting the pieces together to know that they can make it go towards that C site. And it all starts with that opening pick by Jonah P. This is a huge win. I don't think something really anticipated that he had already gotten to that side of the mound. He's kind of got caught with his pants down a bit there. And yeah, it's gonna bother Alex. I mean, you and I are used to seeing that. That's a common occurrence in Pacific.
For anybody who hasn't watched Paper X, in which case, welcome to Valorant. They've been here for a while. This is normal.
Yes.
You don't have to be concerned. Might have to be concerned though. As that's going to be a double kill coming through here for Icy, down to 20 HP, but still solid value found with that stinger. 2 solid picks as Jing still just sat back behind the box just outside Baby Door, Frenzy in hand. See what kind of damage he can really deal. Something wanting them to push over towards him. But Trent just banging through the box, gets the headshot, gets some follow-up damage there on a Forsaken, setting up for the easy kill for Jonah P. Now it's just going to be an orb take here for something, see what kind of damage he can deal, but still a turret, noting him. I don't know exactly where he's at. Dash at the ready as the plant will come through. Icy going to be getting himself just past the halfway point towards that showstopper.
It's so good from G2. They're so well coordinated with pushing and pulling, taking turns to trade. Can't quite find the connection.
He's got to be ready for this fourth instance, and he is. Snappy with that headshot. So he looks to deal a little bit of increased damage. Swing out, gets himself a second. 1 HP. Shot down at the corpse. Some more shots out of the corpse and says, okay, I'm ready. Come take me. Phantom will be carried over. G2 will start off 2-0.
Okay, something is going to get his, but this is just a great start for G2. I love the way they're working the map, being really methodical, using those high pen weapons to great effect through the boxes, all the things you would want. Yeah, that's pretty darn nasty something. But it's
clean with it.
Yeah, it's just really impressive for G2. I love the way they played these last couple rounds. It's good mid-rounding, and in this round, it's just good coordinated play. Kind of suss out where Paper X was setting up their defenses. Now you don't get much attention over at A. And they're going to try to make a push towards mid. Oh my god. Making so much noise as Paper X.
Yeah. Swing out, nothing spotted. Then G2 swing their way back in towards B. He's retaking this space. Prowler the guy, and something dead. Leaf with a headshot. Outlaw opening things up once again over here towards C. Nano out just to try to clear some space. There's no real util you have to be worried about. Not playing KJ on the opposite side.
That's huge.
He's trying to check an angle.
They're winning those battles against something over at Mound, and that opens up the map so much more. Makes it so much more difficult for Paper X to find any lurks or flanks or anything like that. So much space is under G2's control.
And look at this rotation. I mean, PRX, they fully bought into this C hit for the time being. Now the approach slowly creeping up over towards A. Mind Freak sending out that paranoia. Now needing the TP out to safety. Gets himself in towards backside. Safe for the moment, but approaches here on multiple fronts, and that's going to be Icy swinging in from the right, catching him completely off guard. Kill found, and now in a 3v5 where you have to retake the call to save. It looks like it's already been done. Divine inching forward, seeing if he spots anything else out here, but G2, they're going to be converting this bonus, and this is a fantastic start for the squad.
They're playing great. I love the way that they're working the map, taking their time a little bit at the beginning, and then isolating players, able to just kind of bully their way through. Divine trying to do some damage on the way out. Good fault line to set him up.
Fault line sent, but it will be instantly traded. Can't hold over that weapon, so now just Forsaken and Jing. Sat back. Gonna try to maintain these weapons. Forsaken, surely he doesn't swing the challenge. We'll just back away. Stay tucked there at upper. Here's the push. Oh, he goes for last second, but is able to go ahead and hold on to his weapon. But 3-0 start, G2. This is everything you want to see for this American squad after what we witnessed on Split.
Yep. And they've got a showstopper to boot.
Oh, anjir, cuma kelihatan uprit gitu doang.
From Leaf. Just completely.
Right there.
And now you get to.
Apa dah?
Mostly for the side of Paper X. And that showstopper as well. Something to be accounted for. But now Paper X looks like they might want to challenge this Rubble space.
Chucked in.
Apa ini?
Nothing significant going to be found there.
Jing just trying to play an angle where maybe he can catch the showstopper out of the air.
Mind Freak in behind here. Swing on the corner. Jonah P going to be taking low showstopper. Now going to be coming in. Mind Freak able to find one, but Icy takes out Trent. Some friendly fire to be found as the flash coming through. Divine tries to game. Eventually he's able to find that headshot.
Aduh.
And now Leaf arrives. Puts one down. Nanoswarm. They're at back Rubble, forcing Divine out into the open. The Classic is trying to find the kill, but he cannot. Divine will collect 3. As Paper Rex get themselves on the board.
Opts to re-challenge Rubble and pays the price. It's that
kalau udah kayak gitu jangan kalau connection lo jelek jangan ngereng, Cok. Lama-lama sekarang semakin ketat anjir.
And it's just Divine so aware.
Apa otomatis aja kali ya? Tiba-tiba ngelek.
Anger at the start, calm at the end.
That's the thrifty reaction.
Again, big presence here towards A from G2. Slow creep up towards this orb. Survivor Seekers at the ready. On the way from the Nightfall here is Trent, but looks like they just want to contact up into the site. Swing on the corner, Jing spotting. Paint Shell sent to try to slow them up. Paranoia.
Nice!
Davai. Playing on the back of that fault line. Catches Valen. Jing now all the way in behind Rubble. Takes out Leaf. Takes out another.
Aduh.
Trying to find Trent, but Trent will find him down by dead.
Aduh. Nice.
Forsaken not ready for it.
Aduh.
Mind Freak able to get 1.
1v1. Something lawan Icy.
Getting ready to duke it out. 30 HP here for Icy. Needs to have the headshot. Needs to be snappy, but he can't quite make it happen still. Solid damage dealt here. G2 damn near taking away every single weapon from the PRX camp, but they will be able to find the second round win.
I mean, Jing is just unreal. The timings that he'll take on those
Emang gitu sekarang banyak kalau lo bakal kalau misalnya sinyal lo lagi jelek ya Dens ya. Kayak gitu tuh lo bakal di ini, Cok, dikiranya Riot bakal ngetrol. Makanya jangan sering-sering ini AFK.
Very tricky situation.
The contrast.
Yeah.
Between how the players are vibing on stage and Alex watching from behind. Probably even more frustrated because you can hear them being happy and cheerful.
Yeah, and Forsaken's like, Jing, you got 3 kills, good job. And Alex, meanwhile, you're making mistakes.
So Jing looking for more. Very aggressive. Space take there from him. Does pull back. Now sight's going to be turned over towards B. Quick clear here on the Prowler. He's just trying to check that forward corner. Make sure that no one's going to be tucked away.
Yeah, G2 looking to see if they can maybe isolate a fight or set up a 2v1 against something. Has to back out because of that haunt. And they are going to try to make a push, but again, it's that tucked-in position of Leaf. Let's see if this time PaperX remembers. Oh, they do.
Nice.
Looking for it, yeah. Forsaken able to get that kill. Leaf gonna be taken down. And something still. Jiggle peeking back over here by Icy. Icy up on top of the wall with the Prowler. That's gonna be enough to force something out so he actually doesn't fall for the trap. Just pulls back into the site. Final Seeker gonna get cleared up.
The Seekers just mega trolled. All three of them went towards Jonah P. I guess they had to because of the door.
A dangerous challenge, a dangerous challenge, but he still comes out on top. Icy, dead. The paint shell not getting much damage dealt. Valen now at 1.
Darahnya sisa 1 itu.
Jonathan a little bit whippy there with the spray. Sends out the snake bite. Forsaken does have
Lawan
to tuck
Warden
back
tuh yang
around
udah
the corner,
bronze.
but now Davai continues to try to hold them here. At will be able
Nice,
to do so
Davai.
now. They have this 50-50
Nice,
set up.
Davai.
Davai not even needing the reinforcements, not needing the flank. Gets a second as Trent does fall, and now it's just Valen trying to hold on to that weapon with 1 health.
Nge-sap.
Just good proactive play here from PaperX, clearing that corner where Leaf was hiding. Doing a really nice job this time remembering problems that occurred previously. And they're just doing a great job of holding the line at the front of B. Yep, just one and done. I love that. And then they use a hawk to check. Don't get any confirmation on it. I mean, something is going to hit those shots. He's just built like that.
Nice.
Bit different. And Davai, so sturdy as always. I mean, just what a year he's been having. Just absolutely incredible. Davai has been so good for PaperX for the last 2 years. But this year again, he's just been absolutely wonderful.
Look at this forward space take here from the side of PRX. Clear out on the boom bot. Paint shells just going to be exchanged on either side. It's now Nightfall going to be coming through. And PaperX quickly do make their departure. It's just a util dump with everyone walking away completely unscathed.
You don't get much out of that Nightfall. You do get another orb. You still have the lockdown.
Flash out.
Nice.
Pushing on the back of it is able to collect 1, but Icy Trent responding in kind. Trent gets himself a second. Trying to push forward. Ends up getting shut down now. It's all on something. Last man standing in the 1v2. The lockout also available. They're going to hightail it over to A.
1v2.
Should have a decent timing on the ult. Something's reading this, knows where they're going to be headed. But can he clutch it out? Oh, it's going to be stacked against him. Leaf playing that first contact, staring in towards stairs here. Tucks back. Turret set up. Something spotting it. Just trying to inch forward, take as much space as he possibly can before alerting. Swings in.
Nice.
Headshot locked down.
Nice.
Not going to be in play. Rush around the backhand side, looking to peek in towards tree, spots nothing, but now he knows it's going to be approaching in from main, especially as the Prowler comes in. He wants to fight. Sees connects. Time ticking. He wants this kill before he goes for the defuse. He swings
Nice,
in.
something.
Clutches it out. And PaperX will take the
Harus
lead.
ganti wifi dance kalau nggak beli wifi
I mean, this is just a straight aim duel on Mound. And G2 comes out ahead. Kind of an over-aggression, I think, from Davai there.
Anjing gendong
With
banget
that
ya
last
something.
peek in a 2v1. But that gives something an opportunity to go to the other side. He's so quick with the rotation again. And he gets the info immediately as he gets over there. He hears the bunny hopping, he hears the door open from tree, and then he gets to see where the turret comes. So he's able to isolate these fights. That's so smart from something. And very aware of his situation and the timings that he has to push Trent. Trent threw literally every piece of util he had at him and still couldn't buy enough time.
Sabar anjir.
And it was still Trent
Diajarin
who was
bahasa
doing
Indonesia sih
his damnedest at the beginning of the round. Those 3 kills that got him into that position, having that advantage was on his back. Just can't quite close the PaperX now in the lead by 1 round. Leaf again. It's just his happy place. Tucked away, listening for these rotations. In the meantime, Icy entering over in towards C. Showstopper out. As there's the aftershock, they're still aware of it. And they flash him right into the damage. They flush him out. They say, you're not getting away with it again. Hit invested, however. They're trying to make things a little bit more difficult. But Showstopper in the corner.
Woo! Dapat jing 2.
Picks up Balance, picks up Icy. Paint shell, lobbed in. Jonah P. Just trying to play elusively, trying to play quietly. Shorty now in hand. Bolt line across Jing. Pops his way in, pops his way out. He finds him. A 3-piece to clean up, and PaperX broadening the lead in flawless fashion.
They're unbelievable. They're absolutely unbelievable. The speed at which they can play is unmatched sometimes. This is just one of those rounds. They do a good job early. Mind Freak abandons the site. They isolate this kill with the aftershock and the flash, and then Jing finds the showstopper, blinded by the paranoia, still hits 2, and then knows that likely he's got a player, Jonah P, just near him, switches to the shorty, takes it down. So aware. Ridiculous.
Works from him. Still no operator here in sight. As things bouncing back into front line. Yeah, no, Icy still has his. Icy's on the opposite side of the map. He's doing a little bit of trolling and doing a lot of damage. Able to find Forsaken. Getting some revenge for himself there.
Nice.
The previous round, but now Valen going to be taken down. Man advantage here for the side of Paper Rex, and weapons not able to be recovered here.
Nice. Dapat info.
That's the big question for me right now for G2.
Tap onto the door, the approach getting ready to come through. It might be a bit of an overcommit.
Aduh.
But now Trent finding a kill. Shuts it down. Re-swing in. Jing hesitating for a moment.
Nice.
Now entries in around the back, finds the first one. Blast back to try to offset. Continues to swing in. Force retreat. Icy collects that kill. Now a 2v2.
Nice.
The open though, Divide collecting the first. Can't quite find it, but now into the 1v1. But Jonah P's just so damn
Nice.
low. Mind Freak. It's served up to him on a silver platter. Time decently close. G2 a solid effort off the back of the timeout, but it will be Paper X getting themselves up to 6.
I mean, again, it's good patience. Devi waiting, expecting that aggressive push from Valen. Try to gain a little bit of space, able to cut that down. They trade 1-for-1 with Leaf. Again, they're reading those positions that Leaf was trying to tuck into pretty well. But he this time has a Sheriff in hand and just hits a great shot. Then they come through, and it's Jing again. Hits a blast pack right as he anticipates that fade util coming. He gets right over that C's, gets in the back line, and they have no idea. And it throws the round completely awry for G2. As good as they played that round, Jing just played it better.
Oh, paranoia, the fault line in, but Valen's still going to be standing tall. Finds both kills. Jing, Mind Freak now going to be taken down. Divide dead on the back end. Rolling Thunder committed. Something.
Nice, something.
In ahead of Jonah P is able to get the catch there on to 1, but could they strike a player from behind? It's like something does. Can he do anything about it is the question. Continues to swing in. He's going for this something wide swing, and Jonah's having none of it. He just waits for him to stop dead in his tracks, and he does take him down. A solid and clean reply here from G2. Breaking the win streak of Paper X.
That is the something swing. Just a great positioning here from Valen, unaccounted for. Yeah, that paranoia hits a lot of players, but Valen doesn't get hit, so it makes it easy for him to just cut Paper X down as they try to push that angle. Incredible. Great read.
Yeah. And
anticipating the aggressiveness. Yeah, he doesn't like it.
Fairly costly as well, the Rolling Thunder. I mean, committed after 2 players that had already been taken down.
That's true.
Something now. Does get the operator into the mix. Quick break on the baby door there from Forsaken. Paranoia across, a little bit of damage going to be found there off the paint shells. As it's just blind spray across. Jing, quick exit.
How does he know?
Dodges out on that season. I don't know. He just knows that it's coming his way.
Just incredible. The senses he has. Just the unbelievable reaction time.
But all this effort, it's just to try to push them over towards something. He gets the leg shot on the Trent. He cannot confirm the kill. Nightfall connecting the Prowler on the chase. He's got to clear it out. He's got a backpack, but he cannot. Jonah P able to intercept. Stops the exit, takes him down. And now the lockdown sent inside tree. Right there. Forsaken in a very committed position. Fault line. Ooh, now counter spam. Jonah takes him out. The rest of the team have to respect this ult.
Scout destroyed.
No blizzard spots on the 1. A reposition necessary there from Trent. Drops back down.
Shadows traveling.
Paper X though. Ash decent on a lot of the players. Do they actually commit in for this retake? The 3v5 Snakebite to go ahead and further delay. And Icy on a very deep line all the way back. Here behind Rubble. Waiting for his moment. Jake.
Nice.
Smokey's able to find 1. Tries to backpedal out. They know Icy. But they should know as well that this round is over, that this is going to be completely unsavable with Divine out. Onto a bad position, does get taken down. Mind Freak able to put 2 down. And Valen will be the last one to survive. But cash-wise, G2, they are flush with it. Now they get themselves up to 5.
Yeah, this is a great execute here from G2.
Pada main.
Using that Nightfall to
Biasanya
keep
dia orang
something
nyari
guessing.
ini
He decides to
server
stick
yang
around
lain.
before he clears the Prowler
Dan.
and he pays the price.
Kali
Very
guys.
nicely timed. Wait
Tapi
for that
lo
shot,
nge-lag.
and then they swing around the corner. Just reading the positionings here at Paper X. Off of that fault line, they're able to kind of guess that Forsaken's going to go back upstairs, take him down. Very nicely done by G2.
Got him, my boy.
And now they have a chance to make this even in this half. Icy one away from a showstopper.
Oh my God. Jing, oh my God. Sniped out of the sky is Icy. Comes up with 2. Tag down to 30, but still alive and well. What a shutdown. Just picking him out of the sky. Something now on the opposite side of the door, the showstopper. Just escort them forward here onto this B site. Tap of the door. Icy dead, but finds himself another elimination. And Mind Freak now, last one standing, cannot make it happen. We are tied up 6-6.
Yeah, a great bounce back here from G2. After Paper X strung so many rounds together, they're able to answer right back at the end. Finally get their footing. Finally start working together well as a team. Winning some of these opening exchanges again. And that's just insanely good shooting from Icy, the rookie, getting it done there. With the transfer onto the second. Gets the showstopper, gets the third. Awesome stuff from Icy.
Incredibly solid round to bring us to complete parity between these teams. Tied up 6-6. Players will take a moment, take a breather here during the halftime. But for now, let's zoom in a bit more on Johnny P with our Omen player moment.
Lanjut ke.
Yeah, this is Jonah P from G2.
Nah, nanti nih harusnya mendominasi nggak sih Dance kata lo si PRX ini nanti.
Playoffs, but we had a Berlin boot camp back in December, a while back, and Heretics, we scrimmed them quite a bit. They destroyed us, but yeah, it was not very clean from us, and you know, but just making that comeback and having that, you know, storyline for us, it felt great. We're not known for making big comebacks like that. We're known for the reverse, choking 9-3s, 8-4s, 10-4s, you name it. Like, we've had so many games like that, so having that 9-3 comeback on the third map just felt great.
Oh, wait. That's a really good fault line.
Jonah P in a 1v3. All staring at elbow. Benji Fisher will fall, make it to an ace to potentially close the map. Can he pull it off? They're both right there. The spam onto the first, they're both weak. He's gonna connect it all!
It kind of makes sense why people underestimate us. Like, our regular season was pretty inconsistent. And, you know, if you're an inconsistent team, you're going to get, you know, some criticism, which is totally fair. So, yeah, just coming to this event, we don't really care what people say. We're just focused on why we're being inconsistent.
Kalau kayak gitu,
you know,
gimana ya?
To be better
harus ngomong ke wifi lu IndiHome sih. Kalau IndiHome kayak begitu, Den. Wajar-wajar aja. Orang gua yang wifi yang ini aja kadangan masih kayak gitu kok.
Working on getting better, and right now we've been seeing that in real time. From the run back on split to now being dead even on a Paper X's map pick of Lotus. They'll swap sides, but this is where they need to be the most prepared. That attack half getting ready to come in here from Paper X.
And they had a solid defender side against Heretics despite losing the map. They went 5-5 before it was closed out by Team Heretics. So certainly G2 can get this done, and you know, with that extra Sentinel there, gonna give you an extra layer of defense. You know, is Paper X gonna be able to clear it? It's not like they're unfamiliar playing against this comp. It's what most people run.
Here.
MDA site, the turret to alert here, and now a triple push out of B main. No, double back here. There's Valen not gonna be joining in. Turret recalled, the alarm bot. Still set up.
Look at this flank.
Are they gonna be ready for this crunch from behind? Shots coming across, Trent. He's giving up the game and he can't confirm the kill. Just a minor amount of damage dealt there. Something noting one. Spotting out Icy back over here towards the spawn. Swings out wide. Valen trying to get the kill, and he can. Down to 5 HP. His paint shell connecting. Forsaken has to drop back.
Right there.
He himself tag low. 45 remaining. Bolt line going to be sent. Jing looking to swing off that one, but nothing really going to be noted for now. He's just keeping Icy held back. Jump across the way. It's going to be Valen collecting another one. As my dead. Valen with 3. Divide gone. Jing put down and Forsaken. Can't find anything. A 4K for the IGL as G2. They will take the other pistol round here in this map.
What a retake here for G2. Just on their horse off the rip. Just reading that Paper X isn't going to change direction if they give up that space on A. And they're just pushing through attacker spawn as fast as they can, and they're hitting some great shots. And he got flashed down to 5 HP, and then he's still able to win these battles. Unbelievable, Valen. Unbelievable. Huge 4K for him. And yeah, I mean, Paper X is good in their shots. That's all there was to it, to be honest.
Free sight, trying to get into that post-plant situation, but just picked apart one after the other. Let me see. Triple Bulldog purchase here coming through from the side of G2. Stinger and Spectre alongside that is Forsaken. Gonna try to escort them forward here on to see something getting a little bit of damage. Does get the headshot there on the leaf. He'll be knocked down to 46. Spots out Jing and swings around the back, Bucky in hand, able to find one with Fallon. Puts an end to that. Entry power now taken away. Bucky into the hands of the Device. The plant tapped for a moment, but not committed to.
I have the spike.
Give it over to Mind Freak. See if they can set their positions up with this Bucky. Do some more damage with it. Great sees.
Yep, sees in, looking for the kill on the paint shells, and Divine now dead. That Spectre is left stranded on the floor, and Forsaken, he can't get over to it. Mind Freak, he doesn't want to move a muscle. Push up into the smoke, just looking to try to play a timing, looking to get a catch. He cannot. Icy, despite being dazed up. Headshot into the kill. Leaf the only casualty. G2, they'll move up by 2. Now 8-6.
Yeah, just brilliant stuff here again with their util combos. Yeah, you lose a player to the Bucky, but so what? That Seize Nade combo works a treat there, isolating Devi and Mind Freak on the back of the site, so they can't really get much done. Devi gets taken out by it. It's just so nice here from G2. You can see the confidence starting to flow for this G2 squad. They're starting to play together, and that's when things get a little bit scary here. Paper X, it's looking a little bit off at times on this map. Looking to grab a judge here for Jing. It looks like to me they're gonna consider a pretty big C hit as Rebel control completely taken.
Head off the rip, leave the peek out, outlaw in hand. He'll shrug off that damage taken. And Smoke now try to stave off this push. Probably checking outside of B there from Trent as well. Now for these rotations to start to come through. Entry in. They know that the site is clear, but Leaf still tucked away here at Waterfall. Pitching for that shot. Backs away just in time. Something unable to get that hit coming through. Flash in. Deep. He's out, but still can't steady the aim. Trent claims 2. His Mind Freak taken down. Forsaken gonna be scouted, spramming away, trying to keep himself alive. Sprays down 1, but he's running out of bullets.
Nice.
Jing, and as the flank comes in, Valen, he will shut him down. G2 convert the bonus. They move up now, 9-6.
I mean, Paper X just trying to push Waterfall one by one.
Baru 1-0.
Trying to win some of these battles, but the numbers advantage for G2 is there. And they're going to take another bonus.
Semangat, Den.
It's just a little much here from Paper X. Kind of just, yeah, getting too aggressive. I agree. Timeout's going to be needed because that was, you know, the first player, fine. You send something out there, you try to set them up with a flash, totally fine with that. But after that, you might as well just lock them down and try to use that amazing choke point you have where the defenders have to come through Waterfall. Just knock them down. And again, these opening picks from Leaf, he is so clean with those snipers. Has been all tournament.
Trent as well, just really shutting down the
Devi just got shit on. I just hit him with
the opening push. As well, he's not necessarily wrong.
He is not wrong at all.
Very solid early kill to be found there. Paper X needing to make the most out of these last 15 seconds here on the timeout. Plenty of words exchanged between Alex and the rest of the squad. Can they find that round victory? Looks like they're going to be forcing up a bit for a full Stinger buy. Spoiler alert.
I mean, they're going to try to do to G2 what G2 does to other teams. Catch them with those Stingers, catch them a bit off guard. Icy does have the op. So, power weapon in the hands of G2. No Odin just yet, but going to be tricky now for Paper X.
Kenapa,
See if they're
Nafki?
just going to go for an explosive B hit. It's being read decently by G2. Got a lot of delay utility in there with the Omen and the Fade. So this could be tricky.
Operator now here for Icy. Situated over towards A, but it looks like with this rush, with this buy, they want to just full send it in towards B, but do they rebalance position? And so far, they have not. And now he strikes, finds the first one, Mind Freak, trying to take him down, but ends up falling. Down, collecting that kill. Going to be, however, going to be overwhelmed. Something dashing away, keeps himself alive and in the mix. As Jing scoops up a Phantom.
Sagan, the lurk towards the spike. It's being watched behind the box by Leaf, and he's making noise.
Noise made, and Leaf able to find that kill, and now they are in such a dire position. Prowler in for the check. Their spots up. Making their positions known. But G2 confident. They know that these players on the other side are so very low, especially with something taking that damage. 12 HP remaining on him.
Aduh.
His legs just absolutely swept out from beneath him. Something falls, Jing marked, looking for the reveal, the Prowler up over the top, gets the bite, and Trent will find the kill. Only 2 eliminations found, Spike not planted, Paper X not getting that bonus cash, G2 get to double digits.
Yeah, G2 just reading
Emang harus
this
dapat
hit
izin.
very,
Nobar
very
mah nobar aja, Cok.
Valen's positioning knocks 2 down, and
Nonton
that's about
aja,
it.
Cok.
That's basically round
Emang
over.
nggak boleh.
Paper X scrappy as heck.
Emang
Trying to
nggak
do what
boleh,
they can
kan?
is something. He gets 2, and then he's able to dash away, try to buy some time and space, but never really able to get comfortable as coming from just about every angle possible.
Gak tau gua kalau nggak, emang nggak boleh.
They look very
Emang nggak
clean
boleh
right now.
dinobarin.
Paper X is struggling to get anything done on this attacker side.
I don't even necessarily know if they noted the operator. Because Icy was just on this A side the entire time. The rest of the team, they were the ones dealing with Paper X. Do they know that he has this? Right now he's sat up just watching in towards tree. Gonna try to reinforce Jonah P's position here.
Ya Ki, emang nggak boleh ya Ki ya?
Door will full swing shot, re-tap on it. Trailblazer checking forward, but not scouting him out. Something rushing right into the spider's web.
They've got a great read. G2 is just all over everything Paper X wants to do.
Paranoia.
Yeah.
Sure if that got the catch on to both of them. Either way, slowed up. Plant now, getting ready to come in.
Coba kirim gua artikelnya,
Cok.
Cok.
Try to hold here. Outside the baby door. Checks close with that. Connection not going to be found. Trying to be in the meantime. Caught. Mind Freak coming away with that kill. Swing out. Dink in. Divide. Able to find Leaf. Finishes him off. Just tucks away. Eats a little bit of damage there from the paint shells. Fault line now crashing across. Valen going to be taken down. Jing able to find that Mind Freak still lingering, still lurking.
Oke, dah menang.
Paper X will be able to get themselves back
Tau
on
gua
the
sih
board.
nggak apa-apa sih,
Getting
Ki.
up their first round victory
Biasanya
here
yang
on this attack side.
ada yang emang diundang
by Jing
yang
to flush
ya,
out some players to keep
nggak
them
tahu deh gua.
towards Mind Freak's lurk here by Rubble. You can see they use the showstopper, and that's when he strikes. Great patience, great timing, great coordination from Paper X. And this time around, they're able to get their feet planted, get the crossfire set up, get this post plant.
Nanti gua baca artikel emang nggak boleh, Cok.
Find that
Tahu
lurk.
gua kalau pengen nonton nonton
So
aja nggak sih?
successful, but now you got a couple big ults for G2 to consider. Showstopper, Nightfall.
Turn this around on him really
Kalau
quickly.
kayak bola iya, Cok.
Paper X looking for
Tahu
something
gua
a
ya.
bit pacey here. Something slowed up. Boombot checking forward, but Jonah still statuesque here. Just tucked away.
Kurang tahu gua kalau itu Dance, gua bukan orang Riot, kocak.
Well, Divide check behind the tree this time around. The push forward, he spotted him, but the paranoia timing is just perfect. Showstopper at the ready. Icy spotting one, sends a Divide down to his
Nice.
server. Mind Freak
Aduh.
swinging out, finding one, but then taken down. Spike still bring ball
Ah.
forward now on the floor. Valen shuts it down.
Aduh.
Jing cannot find any more value. G2 get themselves up to 11, not allowing for Paper X to string two together.
Yeah, these awesome defensive setups that G2 is using are just completely fooling Paper X. Every time there's a player in a different spot, and Jonah P can get so much info. The paranoia, so good from Valen.
Nice.
Just love what I'm seeing from G2. They are so on top of Paper X in terms of where their util is going to
Coba
go,
lu cari
where that
tahu, Ki.
util is going to be checking, particularly
Tahu gua yang-
Defi's util. How many times have we seen those
Tahu gua ya,
Trailblazers not see
ada
a
emang
player
yang
and
dapat
it
izin
costs
itu kalau yang
Paper
dapat
X
izin
a
tuh
life?
kayak Iron Senpai itu
Corners
dia
in general
kayak
right now, very
ini
much working
bahasanya
against PRX. The second
Apa?
timeout gonna be used. Last one here from Alex.
bahasanya tuh
Casting them out to sea and hoping they make it safely across to the other side. For now, G2
udah terafiliasi kali ya, nggak tahu deh
pretty
gua.
much theirs. 3 ults.
Kalau nggak boleh masa ya, boy, gue pengen nonton PRX doang,
That
Cok.
Nightfall already online for Trent. Lockdown not too far off from Leaf.
It's going to be tough. It's going to have to be one of the most impressive comebacks. Not the most we've seen in this tournament, but because we've seen quite a few of nutty ones. But it would be a very impressive one for sure for Paper Rex. They could string this back, but in my mind, G2 just too good on this map right now. Paper X pretty one-dimensional for the most part. One of the few rounds they had success was taking A control and then pivoting towards B. You know, they've tried some explosive hits towards C. They tried just kind of W-king their way into A, and every time there's been an answer from this G2 squad. Let's see, Devi is the Seekers. We're gonna pop them Are they going to wait a little bit? They're looking for some attention over towards Rubble. And Devi on his own with the spike. A couple players coming out towards mid.
Double peek out for Forsaken. I mean, with just a Stinger, can't really challenge against this one. And G2, probably going to be happy. They get the fault line out of him, put that on cooldown. Again, Trailblazer forward. Checking, not spotting anything though. Holding up close. He collects 2 kills. Mind freaking something, both taken down.
Aduh, something sama main freak hilang, Jo.
What damage dealt already, and Jonah now just 1 away from having that pit online. To make Paper X's lives that much more difficult. Forsaken wants to try to get this Rolling Thunder. Now it's just going to be a back off. Space given over. G2 confident in their retake here in a 5v3.
And they're going to be coming through the door. A couple different angles. Going to be really tricky. Forsaken trying to get ahead of it.
Trying to get ahead of it, but instead it's going to be taken down. He and Jing on the floor. Devi, now last one standing. Swings out, finds a first. Is not ready for Icy. G2. They're going to get themselves up to 12. Map point to take us over to Bind.
Just so steady right now from G2. They are just in complete control, and Jonah P at the point of attack wins a 1v2. They're giving him opportunities. You know, they're not swinging together sometimes. You're not trying to maybe go for that something peak there where he goes out first and tries to buy a lot of space, but it's just because Jonah P's just a little bit ahead of it.
Nice.
Takes Mind Freak down, and then of course something's going to try to reswing. They're ready for it, but now Paper X a little bit quieted. And there's a ton of ults here for both sides. Nightfall, Viper's Pit, G2. Yeah.
Boleh lah, biasanya boleh lah. Tapi emang ada yang official, nah itu maksud gua yang official ball ini. Tapi yang nggak official ya nggak ada, tapi ya youtuber apa streamer cok.
Not sure if that Rolling Thunder is going to be escorting that jet forward, so wants to just go ahead and concede some space for now.
Orang ML aja nggak apa-apa.
Seeker's now going to be sent. Snake bite to try to slow things up. Jonah P going to be noted there over at stairs and Devi. Take it down. Jonah P pushing forward, finds that elimination. Now tucks back over towards the stairs position. The Mind Freak as well, knocked down to 36. An immense amount of damage dealt. Jing, here at drop. Just a Bulldog, 3 players on the opposite side. Boombot coming his way, has to be cleared out. They managed to do so. Fault not spotting as the Seas comes out. Now it's going to be the Rolling Thunder to try to push them back. Connections on the multiple, but Pain Shell's not finding the value.
So well timed on that Rolling Thunder.
Yeah, Pit still in play here for G2. Not able to drop that one, but Forsaken finds an opening kill. Balan going to be taken down. Use Mind Freak repositioning, gets himself over here by Rubble. Jonah, another kill, a third. Jing dead, something tucked away, finds the first one.
Something.
Nine. Finds himself a third elimination. As Leaf trying to hold for the finish, push under the corner of the right, taking him down, but has the time being bought. Yes, it has.
Aduh.
Something clutching out.
Masih menang ya.
Tails it away. He will hold on to his weapon, but PRX can hold on to their hopes.
Unbelievable. I mean, just Paper X players start dropping like flies, and I'm just like, okay, we're going to Bind. But then something just barely. Crazy stuff here from Jonah P. He is really feeling it right now. And something finally getting those blades to do what he wants to on this map. And there's a fair amount of Paper X fans here in the audience today. Seeing a lot of the purple and pink jerseys.
But it cost them everything. I mean, granted, a lot of commitments there on the side of G2 as well. But Leaf still 1 away from having that lockdown online. Paper X had to dump everything that they had. And because they all go down, that Outlaw can find value here. Only Forsaken with full armor.
Now they're back to kind of taking their time, spreading the map a little bit, trying to find some of those open areas. Leaf again with this Outlaw. He's been so good. A great flash to clear that angle by Paper X. Now they're going to be able to kind of work their way through. Something going to be the one left behind this time. Potentially try to cut off these rotations. There's a toxic screen in the way.
Kalau itu yang official ya.
A little bit of time for Valen to slide over. Good fault line hits both.
Connects on the 2. They managed to pull back though. Get themselves
up to safety. The Trailblazer
doesn't go deep enough to spot them both. Oh, they reposition aggressively forward here. Just jumping, see if he can spot anything. Knows that Mindfreak's going to be playing up on top of that box. Mindfreak not given the time of day, not given the opportunity. Not going to be peeking out. He spots a pixel out of place. Leaf could absolutely devastate, and he has. Forsaken, dead, lockdown, now online. And there's the investment. Sent through the paint shells, they've been committed. Can't just send those through. They have a tiny little corner to try to tuck away in, but that's going to have them all corralled together, and Leaf finds himself a second kill. Something now, dead, swing forward, Divine Mindfreak answering back. Divine finding another Jing.
Nice.
Closes out the last 2 kills.
9-12. Ayo, 3 lagi yo, bisa ya 3 lagi yo.
PaperX, they stand their ground together. And they keep themselves in this map.
There's nobody but PaperX. I thought that round was done. I thought, again, that we were going to bind. Great shots from Leaf. That angle he takes to give himself that lockdown. Then he finds a second onto something. Able to just see over the lip of the sight. But Jing's so snappy. And now you got a showstopper for Jing. Now you got an opportunity to do some damage. The economy here for both teams a little bit starting to dwindle for the side of G2. PaperX is in the gutter.
Forsaken, ready for the push. G2 not going to give it to him here. Trailblazer instantly cleared over by A. By just sending a pop flash, trying to make his exit. Leaf in the meantime, swinging out wider here on the site, seeking target. Showstopper now, the chase through, Jing finds his mark. Leaf going to be taken down, Forsaken, trying to hold 2 at bay. Prowler cleared out, but the Paranoia now going to be invested. Just spamming here into the corner, nearly finds the shot, but can't quite make it happen. Trent at 27, still going to be alive as the plant comes in onto C.
Trying to set up for this, coming from a bunch of different angles. Love these retakes from G2.
2 on the site. Caught the cloak, rotating back around. Nobody else to try to play off the door. It's just going to be basically a full send through Waterfall. Mindfreak looks to try to hold the line, pushes out, finds the first. Confirmed presence on the rest. He's decayed down to 1. He's waiting for his moment. Trying to TP out, but Jonah takes him down. Swing onto the corner though. Jing still standing here alongside Divine. And Jing once again will put him down.
Masih bisa PRX. Ayo bisa.
3 piece for the Rays. PaperX and themselves also up to double digits. 2 more rounds for overtime.
Ayo dong, overtime dong, bisa dong.
And timeout for G2.
Yeah, and G2 has been giving up a little bit of extra space. I mean, part of it is also that in the round before this, the util from Jason, from Forsaken, was really good. And he was able to kind of clip 2 players with that breach fault line and buy some space to get them their plants. But the change-up from PaperX that I'm liking is they're not over-pushing. They're starting to hold angles. They're starting to funnel players of G2 into choke points and take them down. They're doing a good job of accounting for the lurks that are being attempted by G2. That time they tried to send 2 in towards B pillars, but it's read at least by Forsaken, and that causes the wrap where they have to try to go through Waterfall. G2 feels like if Forsaken's there, you know, this flank probably won't get what we want to out of it, so let's just try for a death ball retake of sorts, and it doesn't work out because now PaperX is starting to really hold the line nicely once they get this spike plant down.
G2 looking to fight back, looking to put an end to this one, take us over to bind. To get focused up on that final map. PaperX can continue to persevere. See the purchase coming through. Money's a bit all over the place here for G2.
Same with PaperX. I mean, they have to invest in a Guardian and an Outlaw. That Outlaw for something could.
I mean, he knows that they're going to be half arm on the other side.
Exactly.
Or at least heavily suspects it. They could buy all the way down for it, but with the weaker weaponry, very much is expecting to be able to get some one-taps here. And do they give him the time of day? Jonah P, once again, sat back here at stairs. Ping comes down. PaperX cognizant.
Just expecting another one of those hidden players around a corner. It's going to pop out and kill him. This time, Jonah P's pushed a little bit further back.
Smoke coming through. Paranoia. Oh, they get the stun in.
Nice.
Push up into the smoke, and Jing able to take him down. That pesky Viper now dealt with. Swing forward here onto the side. Divides by 1, but Icy catching a nice timing. Swings around the opposite side. Headshot through. Brings it back into a 4v4.
It's a good pivot, but it's being read well by G2.
TP forward in towards B. No, canceled. A little bit of util exchanged here onto the B side. Decay going to be expiring. Jing taking some very aggressive space, but he's only able to find one. Showstopper now here from Icy, spotting not something, but only gets a smattering of damage. Cannot confirm that kill.
Icy sekarat itu,
tied
Icy
down to
sekarat
15.
itu.
Boombot right into his space. Manages to clear that one out. Something he wants to play this aggressively.
Ah.
I can't believe that he's going for it. Leaf manages to put him down. Now a 2v3. Top of the spike. Some spray across. Swing out Forsaken. Gone to the fuse. Being held. Paint shells
No.
in. And Leaf will get the final kill.
Tiga make ronde
G2,
ketiga,
the
cok.
timeout works a treat. They take down Paper X unload. It's 13-10. We're going to bind.
Awesome stuff here from G2. Really starting to feel
coba
themselves
lihat.
against Paper X nicely.
Solid warm up here. Solid run back from G2. Not allowing Paper X to push this all the way into OT. Now bind the final map to determine who's going to be walking away victorious, who's going to be staying in the upper bracket.
Tidak boleh.
See shit
Anjir.
without my glasses, so if one of them shit talking me, can one of you let me know?
I never see anyone because my monitor is so high.
Oh no, I just want to know to smile.
Yo, Nate, Jing just stood up.
That's the one guy I wouldn't believe. Forsaken I can believe, Goodbye I can, but
Nggak ada
something in
tulisan
Jing
tidak
are,
boleh,
too,
cok.
wholesome.
I've waited my whole career to get revenge on these guys, bro. The emotions are gonna make me insane. That's for sure.
Jantok kocil nih saya.
Is there some
Dia nggak nge-live loh. Padahal dia official juga. Coba gue lihat. Ngebug kah chat gua kah? Boleh watch party. Aduh ribet becok gua nanyanya. Nobar PRX berizin resmi. Maksudnya?
Apakah sudah live ini? Hello?
It's back in 10 seconds. I mean, Blaze King is utilizing.
Miti ini. Nggak apa-apa. Ki, nggak apa-apa kocak. Nobar walaupun nggak official. Rio Jaya, Mitia Bedford.
And G2 manages to fight back, and we're going to map 3. Welcome back, everyone. Golden Boy here along with Mimi, as well as Kakuka. And guys, I mean, G2 showing that resiliency yet again. And even though PaperX were really getting close there for a minute, because Jing was doing some magic, G2 managed to pull one through, which was big for them.
Yeah, I think G2 came in with another good game plan, and in this map, well, I think PaperX's comp caught up with them a little bit. They're playing this double duelist, single controller composition with not a ton of initiator utility, which means they really have to be kind of focusing on like these just contact rounds. They kept on trying to go into these kind of late 4-1 executes, and I think G2 did a really good job of picking their timings on when to re-clear space, so they always knew where PaperX was headed in these late rounds.
Yeah, exactly. Of course, it also helps that you get both pistols and you're able to convert both bonuses, right? That gives you a lot of leverage, but the way that they were playing, especially on the later rounds when they moved onto the defense, and the way that they were retaking time after time, they knew when to give up the space and just be like, okay, you know, take the spike, plant the spike, we'll save all the utility and just float you on the retake.
And this was their same idea they had on Split, but I think the biggest contrast is they picked their timings to actually be fighting forward and play on site more, and critically, they were shooting, right?
Valorant is an FPS game.
It's an FPS game. It's a gun game. Wise Man once said that. But Trent and Valen, I think those guys were stepping up. We saw some rounds from Relief, and on the contrast for PaperX, they were getting away with a lot less of the crime that they were committing on Split with these like individual hero rounds.
Yeah, yeah.
There was also some moments that they were pissing me off a little bit. It's the kind of
much like Neon in that respect.
It's the kind of PaperX moments where they miss the utility, don't clear the corners, something goes forward, dashes in, but then Mindfreak is him. It's like those kind of moments. You're just like, so good. Like how is this happening?
The round where like they're trying to clear through the revolving door and then they just don't dog close left and a player gets a 2K from there. Rounds where they're trying to like even the final round of the game where they're trying to pivot back into B late, but they never had a lurker. They never had that map control, and then they play full off-site into post plant. Just these mistakes for PaperX. There's games where they have good enough individual form that it doesn't catch up with them, and there are games like this where they lose the map because of them.
We were praising Forsaken for his flexibility, and in this map, don't get me wrong, he did good, but on the kills department, my man was not shooting.
He was doing what he needed to do with his utility, but
but still, it was like not enough. And I feel like maybe in a different composition where things are not as straightforward, is easier to find different solutions to the problems that you find.
No, completely fair. But you know what though, Icy had a big game, and this is what G2 needed. And I think that G2 has definitely needed to find that next gear, because I was worried about them coming out of that split game, because you know, you look at the score line out of that one and how it started out and even how it ended, it was not pretty for G2 at all. And I think the Guard of old, or even G2 of old, would have crumbled under that situation. But this is clearly showing that this squad, when they're put through the work, they know how to step up. And Icy was that guy this game for them.
Yeah, exactly. And it's also complicated, right? Because if you just look at this game from the outside and you look at the duelist department, it's complicated to make a comparison because it's a 2v1, and always in that situation, they're always going to be coming at you. And you making that shiny play is not always going to be even an option, especially after round, I believe it's 4, where everything turns into chaos and he off-strand, and you know, probably mentally many people wouldn't have been able to recover from that, but Icy did.
And that's the real contrast between these two teams. PaperX is a squad about their individuals, about how they game plan to set up these guys to frag. G2 is a team that is very much about the collective, and that's what got them the win on Lotus. But the series, it's not done yet. They still have to go to Bind. However, this is a map that I actually had some confidence in G2 on. I think they were great in Americas.
I mean, look, I'm not going to say, I don't want to say that there's a chance here, because honestly, like, there's a chance either way. I mean, these two teams, you know, they're here for a reason, right? Representing their regions. PaperX #1 seed, and G2, you know, coming into this one with a lot of hype. But Bind has been good for G2.
Yeah, I mean, they're the only team to have beaten 100 Thieves on this map, who was otherwise undefeated here back in Americas. However, for all the positivity you can kind of bring up for G2, this has always been a map that has been a stronghold for PaperX. I think of their performances in Madrid. They're still playing that same comp with this double initiator and the harbor, and I think the way that, especially on their attack sides, they entry and they vary up the harbor utility to give so many different looks. It's a super disruptive style, and they're so good at it.
Yeah. Well, what's the game plan then here if you're a G2 in this situation? Is it the same as what it was in map 1
I think the retakes are working. Why would you stop with that? Especially, well, now they're starting on the attack, so.
Sure, but on the defense, I think retakes are a lot harder, especially over towards B. It has to be more so using your util to disrupt, especially in this comp with a lot of mollies. However, they are starting on that attacking side, where I think G2 have some really good protocols on this map. You'll see them play a lot of these slower rounds where they're kind of like 3-1-1-ing, sending this Sky Gecko combo into one area of the map and taking early space, and then late round pushing into that. I think the biggest key to success here is really stopping PaperX from going for their aggressive pieces in the mid round that they really like to do with this comp.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, something probably locking one of the sides with the operator, if he's even able to get those credits in, but I'm looking at Forsaken and some redemption here for him.
Oh boy, well folks, it's map 3. Let's see how this one works out. Can G2 get that revenge on PaperX, continue their run in the upper bracket? One final time, let's send it back over to the boys. It's Achilles and Paper Thin for the call.
Thank you very much. Yes, here we go on map 3 to decide which team is going to be sticking around in that upper bracket and which one is going to be falling down, losing one of their lives here in this tournament, be one step closer to being eliminated from it. Is it the Pacific powerhouse of PaperX, or is it going to be G2? A very solid rally back here from G2, both on that opening map of Split. Also, they're on Lotus. How do they fare now, going up against Bind?
And G2 looked so good on this map against Team Heretics. 13-6, just absolutely destroyed them. So certainly, all eyes going to be on G2 as they have a great opportunity to upset PaperX, send them down to lowers, and get themselves further ahead in this tournament. Or going to be grabbed for PaperX with a 3-2 split, or not a 4-1 split, excuse me. This is a strong side.
Expecting that push out here off the rip. Instead it was going to be Showers, as Mindfreak just backpedaling. Icy taking some forward space here. Quick little jump peek. Something catching a glimpse, but so far, no connections on these shots. Spike being held just in front of the teleporter as Trent will go ahead and take that across. And now Forsaken tagged up. Down to 13, having to make his exit.
Nice.
Icy will get caught up. Mindfreak able to find that kill.
Oke, dia orang pada masuk ke base semua
Gives
itu.
a man advantage over here to the side of PaperX, but Plant's going to be coming through.
Forsaken.
This double push coming through. Forsaken
Nice.
finding one before getting taken down.
Di trade lah yang
Spray
penting.
across. Jing going to be tagged up a bit. Falls to 50. Heal's not available from Devi here in the pistol.
Got a couple smokes though.
Dizzy at the ready. Wingman as well online. Quick little bounce out. Nothing going to be spotted. Jonah just sat here on top of the spike just about. As Trent wants to offer up some covering fire there from Hookah.
Oh, Jonah P.
Just sat here within the poison for now. The push forward. There's the first one. Trent getting Jing as well. Wingman going to be cleared out. Jonah P re-wrapping around through tube. Cuts back. Looking for his timing. Looking for his moment. Now it is all on Devi. He doesn't know which way to look. G2 taking another pistol.
They're just so good at mid-rounding right now. They are keeping PaperX guessing and not giving them opportunities to do much against these post plants. I mean, Jonah P the whole time tucked in right by the tube. So snappy. Yeah, there are a couple good kills for PaperX. But these pistols are starting to get worrisome for the side of PaperX. And Alex is definitely starting to get frustrated. After such a hot start on Split, it looked like this was going to be all PaperX all day, but G2 fighting back. Just amazing resilience.
You think back to the words of them, talking about coming into this series, saying, yeah, we played against them in the past, but we're a much more mature team. We've learned a lot. We've grown, and they are putting that on full display round after round. Dominant these pistols so far across the series. 4-1. Wingman leading the charge, looking for the plant. Drop down out of Hookah, but Dizzy. Blind does greet them, but that's going to be the interrupt. As quite a bit of damage goes across here. Forsaken and Something both tagged up. Good early damage found. Try to snipe across. They try to find that kill, but Jing going to be taken down. Allen just pushing his way forward into the site, able to collect 2 kills. Something will get one more as a parting gift, but widely the weaponry going to be carried forward. Just grabbing up the Bulldogs here. As G2 start things off 2-0.
They bait out the util really nicely. They get a lot of flashes, a lot of mollies thrown at the front entrance there outside of Garden, and they just absorb all of it. They just wait it out, and then they take their turn. Use that mosh that cuts through the tube to clear out Jing. He was stuck. They had so many players identified by the time they were ready to make their execute. They just do a great job pushing through, knocking players down. And a buy round here for Paper Rex. Starting to feel like they can't afford to drop any more of these. Forsaken has to use the Cascade to get out, stuck in the corner.
Sends it, decent damage dealt, but Jonah just gonna go ahead and be able to push Trent back up to 100 here. Boom about to go ahead and check forward. Leaf clears that out. Paint shells now to try to dissuade. Blast pack to create some extra distance here, and Jing just gives up on trying to defend in lamps. Space handed over here to G2. A lot of respect being shown. There's now the TP across. Something forward here at the shower. Flash at the ready. It's going to be the
Nice.
pop on that one, but something still able to find the first one. Now Mind Freak getting involved. Picks off Trent.
It's huge.
Smoke is Valen going to try to lurk his way forward. Mind Freak is reading this.
Smoke's down.
He is. They're expecting another layer to this.
This is where the spike is at. Could just rotate back around towards the front if the rest of the team are able to open things up. And Mind Freak does pull off the angle for a brief little moment, but continues to have his sights trained over on Showers. Wingman checking back over here on the site. Leaf going to be stunned up. Mosh creating some additional space as Valen starts creeping his way forward. The time dwindling. 25 seconds remaining. And is looking great. Valen just swings the corner blind. Takes out Mind Freak. Jing dead at the same time on the opposite side as Leaf comes up with that kill. But Boombot now scouting across, something having to talk back in. Valen, another shot, another kill.
Nice.
Something just trying to delay. Thrash at the ready. He's going to try to go for it, but he's going to get caught.
Nice.
Util in hand, but Devi is still opened up to clean things up. But he's the only one standing. G2 wrestle all of these guns out of their hands.
And it's just great awareness here from Paper Rex to understand that there could be a rotation through that teleporter, and they need to maintain Shower's control. And even though they end up losing it, and it looked like maybe this round was not going to go their way, that ult bought enough time for Devi to come in and finish the round. But
it's also gone.
It was costly. Yes, exactly, Achilleos. It was costly for Paper Rex.
You see the ults available now to the side of G2. Valen with that orbital strike online. Trent with his own Thrash. Something heading across the opposite side, getting himself flush with his teleporter door. As the Thrash, he's trying to avoid the timing on it, but he cannot get the punish. Icy. The covering fire, looking gorgeous. Quick clear there on the Dizzy, but Paint Shell's locked in. Devi overwhelmed, taken down. TP now, double push. Icy just sat the opposite side here. Smoke and Jing goes right up into his crosshair. Mind Freak dead, absolutely screwed. Somehow Jing beyond the grave gets a Boombot kill, but that doesn't even matter. It is Forsaken now all on his lonesome. Wasn't finding that impact on the previous map. And so far, it's a very rocky start here for Paper Rex.
Nice.
That shot across. Jonah P going to be taken down, but there's so much more work to be done. And the paint, the snake bite will hold him at bay.
Just don't think he has time for this.
No. He's dwindling. He'd have to kill them all in rapid succession. Instead, looks like maybe just wants to try to deal as much damage as he possibly can, but Leaf will be left standing here at the end. 3 players alive. Cash starting to build up here for G2 as they move up 3-1.
I mean, you can see that Paper Rex is once again trying to take these individual fights one by one, and G2 so happy to let them do that. You know, okay, something goes for the unexpected positioning there off the back of the high tide. Fine, that one's okay, but then you keep trying to challenge this angle. And then Mind Freak gets stuck inside of Showers, and he knows he's dead.
Yep.
And it's just...
See if that comes into play here in this round. For now, 3-2 fan out from Paper Rex. A 4-man stack outside of Showers here for G2. Feel like they want to maybe just up the tempo.
Right here.
Push over, try to get those orbs online, because if they hand this over to Jonah Pete, that would be those Seekers ready to go.
They're going to try to push this space, and this isn't going to fool, I don't think, G2 at all.
There's the push. Forsaken able to find one, tucks into the corner, sends down that cove. They try to play a little bit more elusively in the Dizzy now.
No!
It notes him and takes him down. Trent able to play off that one. Showstopper now. Through
No!
They're so ready for it. Trent instantly headshotting him. Jonah P. He does end up falling. This is still significant damage dealt. You look at their HP bars now. Locked within the teleporter room. The spike now getting ready to be planted. And Devi all on his lonesome. Recovered Phantom, see if he can try to deal any ounce of damage. A couple shots there on the Leaf. The bite lobbed in, forcing him even further back within the confines of this prison. Time is ticking. Nothing more realistically for Divide to do other than to try to take some of these weapons away, force them to buy once again, but G2, they are stagnant, they are statuesque, they are not looking to move a muscle. And on the swing out, he will finally fall. 4-1. G2 continuing this upward trajectory.
Yeah, I mean, it's an attempted crunch play from the side of PaperX, but it just takes a little bit too long to get going. By the time that Jing decides to TP through and go for the showstopper, it's already over. He's a little late. They try to use the Trailblazer to set him up, and look, they're just waiting. They know. That Trailblazer came through, and they're like, we know they're coming in. And they're just so aware of all these trap plays, all these aggressive maneuvers that PaperX is trying to make. And shutting it down so well as G2.
They get the showstopper out of him. Something now. Picking up a judge, sat over at Hookah, but it's a lot of attention paid towards this A site here by G2. Once again, just 4 players moving forward. Now the Thrash back online for Trent. Building these up so very rapidly.
I've got your trail.
All going up towards him, diving to the back, looking for that detain, and it has been found. Gets a spot onto both Mind Freak, taken down. Forsaken just backpedaling. Reckoning is at the ready, but realistically, do you think you can even try to make this one happen? Dizzy over the top, blind onto a couple players, but G2 now getting themselves into some solid post-plant positions.
Scout destroyed.
Seekers of chase, Trailblazer cleared. Thrash back online, there's the Reckoning. Now coming through. It's the Fish this time, not going to be able to get much done. Push up here, just not aware to buy, take it down. The Judge does get some value, something. Cleans up one. Forsaken now noted. The challenge coming through. Trying to be able to find that kill.
No.
And something swings forward.
No.
On towards short. He gets taken down. One by one they fall. One by one. These rounds get racked up for G2.
And off the rip, PaperX is playing back, expecting these ults. But that gives enough space to get the Thrash right out of showers and connect onto Mind Freak. And it's a good attempt by Forsaken to try to use the Cove to save him, but it comes up just a half a second too late. Oh man. Frustration now for Alex. And then PaperX just gets completely caught up inside a Link. Just trying to get through. The Seekers are there. All the info is there for the side of G2.
Look at this read.
Yeah.
They just know. They know when the aggression is going to be coming at them. They know where the aggression is going to be coming from. Forsaken setting up a wall, setting up the Cove, dropping down. But, I mean, he's got this Bucky in hand, but he is just dead to rights. Everything, disjointed everything, falling to pieces as G2 continue to just read them like an open book.
They're brilliant right now. They are so on top of PaperX. I love this. You have a showstopper still for Icy as well. If things get dangerous, a couple stingers here for PaperX, but they just cannot do anything right. Every time a player is found, there's util to shut them out by G2, make their lives that much easier.
Everybody just sat back, waiting for the spike to erupt. Nothing else to be done. It's going to be a flawless here from G2. It would seem as, yep, Jing unable to trade that one out. Devi will find one, so flawless not obtained, but Devi still taken down. Leaf narrowly escaping the blast radius. 6-1 on the attack side from G2 already. This is just devastation.
It is, and they've already forced out a timeout from PaperX. There's already been one taken. So, you know, now Alex has to rely on his players to kind of figure themselves out. But it's been a struggle. I mean, 2-7 Jing, 2-7 Mind Freak, 3-7 Forsaken, 5-7 something, 4-5 Devi. I mean, the gunners here, the shooters for PaperX, are just getting smothered with util, not able to really find opportunities to shoot back. And even when they do, they don't seem to be able to connect nearly as cleanly and as efficiently as G2 has. Sure, you've got an op for something on the Gecko, and I think G2 here pretty aware that they have to be a little bit more cautious reading the economy of PaperX, knowing that they want to get to that op as soon as possible.
Boombot out, something's backing away, but we'll get tagged by it. Wants to try to keep this operator obscured, but he just ends up getting the damage. Misreading how the Boombot was going to bounce.
It's just everything falling apart right now for PaperX. These little mistakes, so impactful. Losing that much health at the beginning of the round forces you to play a little bit more defensive usually.
This is over the top, quick clear, showstopper coming through. Forsaken able to get a catch, does intercept Jonah P. As Showers, Icy wanted to try to clear it, and clear it he has. It's a little bit of damage there onto himself, but it's the kill that he was looking for. Mindfreak gonna be taken down. Thrash on the hunt, nothing getting spotted. Jing trying to push up over top of this Mosh, trying to disrespect it, trying to find a timing. They are prepared for it, they hear him coming, they deal with it swiftly. Sinking with another one. Second kill here in the round. Taking down the opposing Rays, but there's still so many entrenched players, and Leaf is one of them. Picks off the Vi. The Showers pinch, still gonna have to be a concern, and now the pit invested just to ensure success. Capital the spike, Forsaken found, Leaf on with 3 and something, just needing to drift away, to hold on to this operator, to hold on to any ounce of hope that he can. G2 not stopping, not showing mercy, 7-1.
Just amazing stuff, you know, G2 gets into these post plants, and they're so tricky. They're so patient. They have that Showers angle. They've got a couple in U-Haul. PaperX tries to clear U-Haul. They can't. You know, and you have something, yes, watching with the operator, and there, I believe, it's going to be another timeout coming from PaperX. We have seen this from Alex this year. But man, oh man, they're so snappy. They're just always so ready for these pushes. You know, Jing tries to push through the Mosh. They're ready. Try to swing a corner. They're ready. It's incredible how quickly, after such a rough start, that G2 has figured themselves out.
I mean, credit to just all of the players, the coaching staff at the moment, because the prep work coming into this one is looking gorgeous. The calling from Talon to get them into this position, up by 6 rounds. It is just gorgeous to watch. And reading PaperX in the past for teams, it's been a struggle. It's kind of like trying to read the Odyssey, the Iliad in Latin. Right now, it looks like, you know, the Hungry Caterpillar.
Yeah.
Very simple, very easy.
Yeah, James and the Giant Peach. You know, like, something a little bit easier for sure.
This is not something that we are used to seeing whatsoever.
And it's just like every time that PaperX tries to make an aggressive move or something, it's accounted for, it's dodged by G2. And they have their util ready to counter it. Like the protocols that Mimi was talking about at the desk have been really, really good for G2. They're so reactive. And it's been so impressive on this map. And it has to start here for PaperX. It feels like, I mean, your economy's in the dumpster. You're growing Bulldogs, half armors, and you're losing opening trades.
Icy just drifting back. Jing dead off the rip. The aggression once again not finding success, and Forsaken continuing to try to hold steady out here in the open. Clears out on the Trailblazer. Just backing away. He is alone on this side, so rotation has to come through. Devi moving over to try to reinforce that position at B.
Oh, but they get everybody. They get everybody except Mindfreak to go. And they get util out of the side of PaperX. It's so good here from G2. They're playing such a smart, disciplined game right now.
And they're very aware of the space that they've given up. Icy just going to go creeping forward and clear that angle there for Trent. Now get ready to turn his sights back over in towards B. But they know exactly what space they've surrendered. They know exactly where Mindfreak could be. Wall now coming up. Mosh into the back. Forsaken just setting up the cove. Gets himself up on top of Tube. Something's going to start counter-rotating back over to A. It looks like they're anticipating this pressure to pivot, but G2, they're just cutting comms. They're cutting noise.
Yeah, and Mindfreak should be able to relay the information over, but it's too late.
Paint shell right there at Forsaken's feet. An immense amount of damage going to be found. He cannot come up with anything on the back end. No kills found. Now a 5v2, and given the op in play, just going to have to go for a save unless Mindfreak can pull off a miracle and start opening things up here outside of Hookah. But now he's been spotted. Swing out wide. Jonah P saying, you know what? You like the wide swing? Here's how it feels. Shot gonna whiff, and something now noted. Nothing to go on the run. And look at the Huns coming through here. The rallying call from G2. They want this operator out of his hands.
Oh, he's screwed. There's no way.
Gonna take some fancy sniping, but he's not even gonna get that single shot in. Fallon delivers the headshot, the death blow. Is everything PaperX do? None of it is sticking.
No. Every time they try something a little bit different, there's just so many players. That flash maybe went a little too deep as well from Devi.
30 seconds left.
They're just so clean, so aware right now. Being so patient, getting util out.
Singular, they had 4 there.
And it's awesome to see. And then the heartbreak on Alex You know, they knew coming into this tournament how important, how good of an opportunity they might have to potentially finally get a win, not just for themselves, but for Pacific. And G2 was having none of it.
Certainly not. Crash into the back, gonna be dodged out. But an immense amount of space given up here to G2 as the plant gets ready to come in. Forsaken on the corner, doesn't want to try to swing out and clear it. The answer is gonna be yes, but he cannot. Instead, it's just gonna be Icy taking his head clean off. A minor amount of damage found there, but Leaf boosted up over the top, able to spot out Jing. Strikes him down. Molly coming through. Mind Freak with a nice little one-tap. Will be able to find that elimination, so Leaf goes down. Damage across on the Jonah. Push up in the smoke.
No.
Icy finds himself another. The defuse started, interrupted. The Molly to buy further time. Divine Mind Freak with everything to do. Mind Freak does manage to find three, but catches a stray, swinging back in towards the site, and now is all on Divine. A little bit of damage found. Cannot stabilize the spray. Cannot find that extra little kill. G2 9-1.
And they're doing to Paper Rex what Paper Rex did to them on the first half of Split right now. Just absolutely rolling. I mean, Icy so good on the point on this site.
Not even. I would disagree with you there because in that, G2 were fighting back. A lot of those rounds were close. We saw how inconsistent the economy was from Paper Rex. This is a complete and utter dismantling. We're not seeing really any fight back from the side of PRX.
No. No, you're absolutely right. I mean, Mind Freak there in that round with the Guardian got 3 kills, but, you know, these plays just aren't working, and they're getting aggressive again. They're going to use the Cove and a bunch of flashes, but they're ready. They're playing Anti
finds that opener once again! Says, throw whatever you have at me! I will bear through it! I will shut you down!
They played Anti the whole way, Achilleos. As soon as that Cove came out, everybody just backed around the corner and waited. And those blinds caught basically no one on G2. And Icy, these last couple rounds, has been cold.
Living up to the name. What a breakout year for this guy. Absolutely astounding. And Jing now just trying to see if he can find some value. Picks up 2 kills.
Nice, ayo Jing, bisa yuk.
Starting to work his way forward here towards the site. See if he can fish for a little bit more. Try to take away some of these weapons, but it matters not. The cash, the damage is already dealt G2. With only one more round to be played out in the half. There's no real damage that you could deal. The showstopper's already online.
And the economy's gone again for Paper Rex. Continuously on these ecos. So he has to save this Vandal.
No way, bro.
So they can afford a little bit extra coming into this final round of the half. But just look at the way they play it. They just wait it out, and then just great repeaks from Icy. And then he's using his util so well to just smother Mind Freak in that corner. Boombot into the blast pack. Just making it so difficult for their opponents. G2, man. They are so strong on this map. And then they obliterated Heretics, and now they're about to obliterate Paper Rex as well.
Fairly different fashion. It's looking like, again, more aggression to be had as Showstopper over the top. Not going to be able to find the kill. And turns back, finds one. Icy taken down by Forsaken, but then he's traded out. Balin coming away the elimination. Teleporter used to get themselves out away from this orbital strike to safety, but Seekers still chasing, and Leaf doesn't swing the angle. B site now opened up, plant coming through back site. The man advantage once again here for G2. They even have the thrash for this post plant.
Oh yeah, monster on the loose.
Sent to check, scouting around the back of elbow. Nothing going to be spotted there. Trailblazer forward. Does suss out Jonah P forward at 2.
Oh, Valen.
Just holding the smoke, ready for it to fall. Something does manage to find the headshot, brings it back into parity, but time is still getting away from them. They have to get themselves onto the site here if they want the second round. Mind Freak with 1. Jonah P trying to stay alive. As that is going to be the cleanup coming in. They have to wait out the orbital. Get themselves in onto the spike. Time going to be close, but I believe they just have it here. And that's going to be Paper Rex finding themselves with a second round win. A 10-2 in the half. G2 so far out in front.
Yeah, the guns come alive at the very end here for Paper Rex, but it's hard to imagine that that's enough. It's hard to imagine that 2 rounds is going to get them over the line, even as good as they can be on their attacker side. It's so impressive what G2 is able to accomplish.
Comebacks of this magnitude, just rare sights for us. This one here, becoming more and more common as this map continues onward. There we are at the half. We'll have the analyst desk break down the action for the first half.
Well, here's the thing. We tried to tell you that G2 is pretty darn good on bind, and that's exactly what happened. 10-2.
Yeah, the read that they've had on PaperX throughout this one is incredible. PaperX, I think, playing a lot of these rounds where they're trying to like hard anchor on site and fight forward, and these G2 executes with this double initiator composition have really been on point.
Yeah, exactly. And if we take a look at some of those rounds, we were talking about maybe a little bit of this uncoordination on the side of PaperX, but as the defense was going on with all the utility that they have under it, everything is so out of place time after time, and that only it's feeding into G2's confidence.
Yeah, and Icy has continued his momentum from the second map of this series. Yeah, I mean, he's been set up so well on these executes. These Gecko Sky combos just haven't really been broken consistently by PaperX, which means he's able to run them over on the site, and then G2 with this really heavy molly comp late round is winning every post.
I love the fact that he's feeling so comfortable and so confident. So many openers in so many rounds that you're saying, so very well set up. I feel like also Trent is doing a great job. But to me, the biggest highlight has to go to Valiant. Like the read that they have on them, how they're reacting to every single thing that PaperX is trying. Yes, we're going to the attack now, but honestly, mentally, how can PaperX still be here?
The one round they went for an aggressive play, G2 was ready, tucked from the flash combo, then broke the dizzy, swung back in and dominated them. G2 is playing incredible right now, and their composition is great on defense. Watch the way that they're going to use these mollies to perma-stall out any A execute that PaperX wants to throw at them. If they want to make a comeback happen and stay in the upper bracket, they need to make a massive comeback, and it has to start on this pistol round.
Not a lot of people had G2 absolutely shredding on their bingo cards. Let's see how this plays out. Send it back over to Seth, as well as Paper Thin.
Thank you very much. Let's see if they can find that run back, if they can find some of that bite that we were seeing from them on that first map. Now, it's not looking likely.
Exactly. It feels like they're just not quite in sync yet on this map, or on the, even on Lotus, it didn't look quite as coordinated as we're used to seeing from them. Jing, able to take U-Haul control. He's got a shorty.
Dizzy blind coming through, but Icy ready. Right click to shut it down. The shorty, no value whatsoever. Plant gonna be found. Limited util now. Wingman, flash. Try to hold these lines. Forsaken lurking forward, plays anti-flash to Dizzy coming through, tries to push up into the smoke, is able to find one. Mind Freak coming away with another. But now a 2v3, the man advantage.
Nice.
Equalized now. So Wingman pushes forward, gets in to start that defuse. And the clicks coming in from Icy just look absolutely gorgeous. The lob-in on the paint shells to hold Divide at bay to find the elimination. It's a 4-piece from him.
Kalah
He
kayak
will
ini
not
PRX,
be
Cok.
denied. He has the victory in his sights.
Icy is playing out of his mind. 18-7 right now, just taking rounds over. This is the duelist that G2 has been talking about, that they have been preparing us for, and now we are seeing him come alive. He is reading these plays so well. So much good util. I mean, previously with the boom bot into the blast packs, and then this round with these paint shells and the blast packs to try to buy a little bit extra space. I mean, he's so with it right now.
And a well-earned Vandal paint shells for the check side of Lamps. Go over the top. Oh, Genius is landing on his head. Something does collect that kill, trading it back here as both raises get taken down, but spray across something. Nearly eliminated is now the teleporter having to be taken. Leaf gonna be fast to flip across the opposite side of the map, though, to look to try to intercept. Got the wall raised, and look at the spray! Mind Freak down to 3. A 4v4, but HP in tatters. And Mind Freak, the first line of defense here in Hookah. Plant in, flash in the back. Mind Freak still able to come away with 1. Valen quick to reply. Leaf lurking forward on the hunt, on the prowl, staying quiet. Now opens up, tries to find the shot. Forsaken come away with 1. Forsaken gets a second. Leaf now dead.
Nice.
And Forsaken swaps to the classic. 2 players left alive. The force buy from PaperX. It ends up working a treat.
And this round probably goes G2's way if Leaf doesn't beat
Cok,
that.
Cok. Nggak tahu ini
that
bakal
shot against
berarti
something.
kalau kalah tuh
This probably swings their way.
Almost certainly.
under bracket.
Yeah, I mean, the Cove landed on him too. That's supposed to land on top of the truck, and instead it landed just behind it because it bounced off of Icy. And that caused some confusion and chaos, but, well, they got the win.
Messy, but a readjustment there.
Good mid-rounding.
One step of many. You can see here, even with the full purchase, everything being invested, weaponry still going to be a little bit weak on the opposite side here. G2, 2 Sheriffs, otherwise Classics. For now, Jonah P just clearing out the boom bot, sending out a flash. Nothing confirmed. Orb take here for Jing to try to get the Showstopper online. Quick bounce on the pain shells. Check close. He's going to enter all the way around in towards elbow. Just hold Jonah P at bay. Plant now going to be coming through. But look at the lurk, the long rotate here from all the rest of G2. There's no one in hookah.
Yeah, it's going to be tricky.
Second tagged up. They keep swinging, and eventually they are going to be rewarded with that elimination. Wall comes up. They take a peek out over towards that defender's spawn. Having seen nothing, it looks like G2 widely going to look to just sit back, go down to the spike.
Yep, try and do any damage they can on the way out.
Something is going to give them an opportunity for it. Next the right side, the creep forward, but it's a 50-50 setup here for him to try to clear out. Spots the first one. Silent though is Leaf, finds that kill, gets a dink on the Jing, puts him down to 28, and now he's got to reroute for his own exit. Paint shell sent. It looks like he's just going to die no matter what. As the rotation's coming through from the opposite side. Icy now contained here into the corner, getting whittled away at, getting taken down. Divine will collect it, 3 players left alive. PRX, they get themselves a 4th round victory.
Yeah, and sure they get the win, but it's against an eco, and it still looked a little bit labored from the side of PRX. G2 really making them work for every kill, for every exit, for every moment. Trying to just shut them out. Take the lights out here for PRX, and yet now you've got the op, you've got the Thrash for something. Trent also has his Thrash. Economy a little bit wonky for a few members though of PRX, as they have a Bulldog and a Spectre to make sure that they can afford this operator for something. And he's just going to try to maintain long control, but already very wise to it, it feels like.
Yeah.
RG2
playing back, not wanting to give him the opportunity. They know that he's very much one to pick this up. Trailblazer to go ahead and try to scout out. He's going to try to stay tucked away, but does get spotted. And the op now confirmed. Push forward the Leaf. Getting suspicious after not having heard anything. Inches forward, ends up falling. Thrash now trying to work its way up through Garden, but will get cleared out by Jonah P. They're not liking what they're not seeing over at Hookah. Everybody just cutting over here towards Long. We're going to enter in through Garden. Trent waiting, his own ult online. Showstopper goes in towards the back. Jing able to find one, but then it's going to be cut down as Trent comes up with 2 kills. Devi finally able to displace him as Flash for Flash coming through. Jonah P, he's outdone Devi. Finds the elimination, then gets detained. Quick cleanup kills coming through. However, with 2 players left standing, the off recovered. PRX get themselves up to 5.
Well, now they're starting to be a little more coordinated. They're starting to win some of those early battles. Those early 1v1s that have eluded them so often against G2 in these last 2 maps. That could be what they need. It could be the tide swinging a little bit, but we'll see. It's, again, a road very, very far before it feels like there's much hope for the side of PRX. And okay, now they're starting to get the coordination, starting to get that speed underneath them that we're used to seeing when they can really thrive in those high-speed, high-intensity moments. Now they're going to make a different change. They haven't really made a push towards showers just yet, so we're going to see if they can catch G2 kind of being a little too aggressive with the free space they had been given previously.
Not wanting to tap on the orb. It's going to be a slow creep up. Icy hold the line. Finds the headshot. Something going to be taken out of Dallin. He does it again with a Singer.
Down A.
2 kills scooped up now. The man advantage here for G2. Long rotate. Going to be necessary there from Jonah P, making his way all the way across from B. Out at Fountain as Mind Freak catching a quick little glimpse there of Trent. Squeaks out a little bit more, but tag not going to be found.
Blocking fire. Got both ults here for Forsaken and Mind Freak, so a lot of delay, but Forsaken so dangerous.
Lobbed in, Jonah on that jiggle. Forsaken now noting it, but still wary about lamps. Orbital strike. Going to be sent. So he getting caught by that.
Look at the patience.
No one far enough forward. Flash now sent. Forsaken looking to try to challenge, looking to try to find that kill, but there is the ult going across. There is the cleanup. Mind Freak dead. Off the detain. And Forsaken now, the last one standing. The spike unplanted. The rotate over. He'll grab it up, but shot still being spammed across. A tap, a check towards short, but it's a rotate over into the shower. Jonah now with a Phantom in hand. Teleporter going to be taken. Does he have the time for it? It's going to be so damn close.
Oh, no.
Reckoning sent, but he's got to get the spike planted. I think he might have just been a second too late. Just a hair off as the push comes through, and there is a thrifty. Trent delivering it as G2 get themselves up to match point.
It's another mental mistake for Paper Rex.
Kan gua bakal berhasil itu.
So much. I mean, at least get the plant down. I mean, yes, it's looking really good for the side of G2, and this stinger for Valen might as well be a rifle with how good he is with that gun. Just shutting him down in the detain, setting Leaf up, and just a little bit too long. And all Alex can do at this point is shake his head. They are 1 round away from going down to the lower bracket.
The momentum was starting to build, but just like that, a MasterCard thrifty to take it away, to get G2 up to match point. Now Trent takes Jing's head off once again. They dive forward here onto the side, something trying to lead the charge, snapping with a headshot, manages a find, and has placed the enemy. Jonah, good for 1. Showstopper in, Icy not getting that kill, but draws down with the Vandal.
Kalah ini mah.
He picks off Mind Freak, and now it is Devi. The Sultan, the uncle, the last one standing. A 1v3 clutch necessary. And right now, this is all G2. Has been since Lotus.
So much to do, he has no util. It's just gonna have to be gunplay.
Iya, Cak.
Meanwhile, there's boombots, there's mollies for the side of G2. It has to be one of the clutches of his life for Devi.
There's just so many angles to work through. So many places that he has to note. All coming back up. He's in front of it. 30 seconds now remaining. The corner check in from Leaf spots him. Valen immediately hightailing it back over. Look at the join in with the rest of his squad. Devi waiting on the angle. Now just has to go for the plan. Paint shell, the molly, lobbed at him. He's down to 45. Everything in the kitchen sink sent at this man to make his task impossible. The shots are found. Leaf gets the finisher, and G2 get their win. 13-5. They keep themselves in the upper bracket. They say to Paper Rex, you asked for this. You picked us.
I love this from G2. Stellar performance after a rough first map, able to bounce back and look so convincing the rest of the way through, especially on Bind. Completely delivering a knockout blow to Paper Rex, who could never recover, never find their footing. And this G2 team says it's not just 100 Thieves from Americas, we're also a force to be reckoned with.
5 first bloods in total for Paper Rex on that map.
It's even worse than Lotus.
Absolute devastation. Icy had 7, Trent had 6.
Yeah, they were frying. They're absolutely frying.
Unbelievable performance from G2. A well-earned victory and a well-earned place in the upper bracket. What a performance from everybody on this roster. Absolutely dismantling the Princes of Pacific.
Yeah, I mean, their reads on how Paper Rex wanted to play, when they'd be aggressive, when they could avoid util, when they could counter with util of their own. All of these things were so good. Once they got past split, they felt so in control. The awareness, the comms are so good. I mean, there's so many amazing plays from G2 throughout this bind that are just leaving Paper Rex stunned. No answers really ever found, because they're just too disciplined, too clean. And it certainly not the best showing from Paper Rex, but that to me is all credit to G2. I love the way they played.
The prep work here was just gorgeous to witness. The individual, the micro plays from all of the players, just everybody having a solid read, everybody being on top of their mechanics.
Yep.
A soft start in the series, but my God, what a roaring finish from them. As this could just be the same clip over and over again.
It basically is. Yeah, I mean, there's just nothing they can do.
Well, despair for Paper Rex, but elation for G2, for the Americas faithful. Let's go ahead and send it down to the stage now, though, for the Verizon post-match interview.
Anjing kalah, Cok. Ini kalah re. Thank you guys. Main games. Pemain games ya. Main games enaknya landscape apa ini cok, portrait cok? Lemes gini cok. Biasa aja ya. Oke, gua download dulu dik. Oke. Gua download dulu berarti. Nggak ngejam scare cok. Oh, gamenya lumayan gelap. Oke. Kalah re, tai. Thank you. Habis maghrib kayaknya. Main 2 game doang. Oke. Itu dah.